We are live.
We are live. Live in
We
a
are
living
live.
color, baby.
We are alive too. We also are live.
We are live. That's
As
true.
you can tell. People can tell that
Yeah.
now, I think.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. I don't know.
Oh, I just got a notification that Captain's going live. Good. Well done,
Yeah.
YouTube. Well
Yeah.
done.
Well done. Now, if you could just do that for all the other people I subscribe to, that'd be great.
Yes.
Sons
And
of
for all the rest
bitches.
of his fans. Damn YouTube.
Well, you get tired of it. You get tired of, Master of the 80s is going live. You tune in, and it's like, okay, well, we'll see you next time, folks. It's like, it's over. It's like, what's going on?
Speaking of Master of the 80s.
Hey, there he is. Hello,
What's
Master of
going
the
on,
80s.
Tony? Doing good, buddy. Thanks for joining in. My man Pugwall's here.
Hey, Pugwall. The dream team, baby. That's right, baby.
That's right. Did you put that video on YouTube? Is it only on Facebook?
It's only on Facebook for now. I didn't really have time to do it on YouTube.
The Captain put together a nice compilation video of our streams. It's quite enjoyable. So hopefully you guys will get to check it out soon on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, YouTube notified on time.
I think we're on to something here, Rob. I think things are looking up here.
I think so too.
Yep.
Something's working out.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up there, my man.
Yeah, we're doing well, Sparkstron.
Sparkstron.
We are doing very well as you can be. How are you? That's the real question. How's everybody doing out there?
How's everybody out in the VHS land?
Yeah. Now, this show isn't just all about us.
No.
Well, I mean, it is. But it's also about you guys. We want to know how you're doing out there in YouTube land.
Yeah, and even when we're talking about us, we're talking about us for them.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, we're givers. We give. Everything we have is for you. Hey, the Bob McCall. How you doing, Bob McCall?
What's happening, man? Thanks for coming by. This is a live stream, yes.
This is a live stream.
100% live stream.
I like what you did. Friday was great. I was like, it reminded me of like an Andy Warhol exhibit. It's like, it's not a live stream.
I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah. Hey, you got the notification too. I think we're on to something. I think we're
nice. Things are working out.
Yeah. I think.
Look at that. La di da. So you see the banner rolling across the bottom there?
Mm-hmm. I do. Yep.
There's a couple
What's
like
a 3D VHS and a DVD?
Yeah, weird, eh? Weird.
What are you doing? DVD.
Do you know of any 3D VHS tapes? Do you own any, or?
I don't own any, but I always heard it was a thing. I don't know if it worked properly, but it's a gimmick as gimmicks go.
It's got tapeworms.
Oh, you have moldy tapes?
Crabs, as Mikey would say, yeah. Yeah, he does a bunch of videos of. He's got a couple of videos with moldy tapes going and shit like that.
Yeah,
what he does with them. And
it's sad. It really is. But there's light at the end of the dark tunnel, because even if the tape's moldy, if you have like a cool tape, just the sleeve's never moldy. It's like you can make something out of that sleeve. Like I'm making like these little magnetic panels out of a bunch of moldy tapes I have.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, just you gotta do something with them. It's a shame to throw the whole thing away. Only the tape is moldy. The sleeve is not. You can turn the sleeve into something cool if you really wanted to.
And if you really want to work on it, you can. There's a couple ways you can get that mold off, and really put some effort into it if you want to.
To a certain extent, there's a limit to that where it's like
for sure.
It's too far. Like you have like a mushroom growing on your, which I've had. Some are just like, holy shit, how did it get that bad? You know what I mean? Like what happened to this tape?
Yeah, that's real bad.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Pugwall's watching Chopping Mall. That's that movie's cool. Got no voice in an interview coming up. But it's recorded.
Are you sick? Are you sick, Pugwall? Is that why you got no voice?
Do you got the vid?
Uh-oh.
Couldn't get into Memphis Belle. Really? Couldn't get in to see Memphis Belle. Wow.
That's weird, man. That's the thing about UK. I've noticed that they are really strict on their ratings.
Oh yeah.
If you look at pretty much any movie that was released, like through like the 50s to like the 70s, it's rated X. Like all the Hammer stuff, all the Hammer horror, that stuff's not that bad. It's creepy and it's neat, but it's not like it's not like totally gore fest and all this. It's like it's a movie. Every single one of them is rated X back then, certified X.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a few moldy ones, easy to clean, light moldy ones.
Mm.
Lots of human cold flu going. Yeah, a lot of people getting sick. I'm hearing it from all corners
Yeah,
of the world, to tell you the truth.
it's the changing of the seasons. You're gonna
Yeah.
get sick. You're gonna get something. Yeah, COVID.
Yeah. Pugwall's got COVID.
Oh no.
It happens, man. It
Mm.
happens. Sometimes you bust open a tape that hasn't been open in a while, and boom,
That's true, man.
you're down
That's
with the
true.
COVID.
It is weird to think
Anyways,
about that. I mean, especially when you think about like secondhand tape stuff you find at thrift stores, flea markets. You know, how many hands that's touched? Like how many hands have touched that? It's kind of gross if you think about it. Which is
man, the first
why
thing
I don't deal with used previewed porn because that's even more weird if you think about it. Think about it, dude.
yeah, well,
You
I
know,
don't want to think about it.
no,
I have some,
just
but that's why when I get tapes, man, when I get tapes, as soon as I get them in the house, I
uh-huh.
wipe them down with a disinfectant cloth, the tape, the box, everything.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Big Anthony?
It's a big tone. I mean, with especially secondhand porn, you got to think if
It's
somebody had
not a
their
Puma.
somebody had their shillelagh in their hand and then they took it out of the VCR.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like okay,
yeah.
it's not a Puma.
Playboy mags too, man.
Hey Puma. Yeah. Oh
Don't
yeah,
forget the
mags
Pumas.
too.
Yeah,
I don't do that stuff. It's like I don't do secondhand adult adult oriented stuff because it's just too weird to me. Like I just
well,
don't.
yeah, well, man. I mean, better be safe
Yeah.
than sorry. I can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Not,
I'm here to talk about the 3D tapes. I got one today,
yeah.
and I didn't know they even had really 3D on VHS. And this is
Right.
not what you think it is. Believe me, it's
Okay.
not a movie. It's not a movie.
Not a movie.
It's not a movie. I wish it was a movie. I wish it was something cooler,
No.
but unfortunately, it's not. Hey, Cap.
Hey Puma.
Rob's with this
Hey
video.
Pat
What's up, Fat
Master.
Master? Echo
Echo.
Zero. Cha, cha, cha.
Yes.
I've come for all your booze and tapes. Wow.
Well, I hope
Excuse
you got a
us.
big truck because we got a lot.
At least he said hello first.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
At least he
anyways,
bought
this
his
is
dinner first.
the Judds.
Oh, that's 3D.
No, not the whole thing is 3D, but their music video at the end is 3D. And not only is that, check this out. This is the coolest part about it.
Oh yeah, look at it. Go with the
Comes with
glasses.
it comes with the glasses,
Yeah.
and they're not. It's not red and green. I mean, red and blue 3D like the usual the old ones. This is like yellow and something.
Yeah.
So my buddy Mark at the flea market gave me this,
Huh.
and we threw it on the TV to check it out before I left, and yeah, you can see some 3D action, man. It's not like
I don't know,
it's not
man.
perfect, but I mean
It's still though. It's like if there's anything I never wanted to see in 3D, it's probably the Judds.
yeah.
Like what it? That's like
That's what's hilarious about it is like
yeah.
it's
That's what
like, oh,
makes
I
it.
got a 3D VHS tape with the glasses and everything in it. Oh, cool, man. What is it?
Yeah,
It's the Judds.
it's the Judds.
It's what?
Yeah, Judds
Nobody
in
wants to watch the
3D.
fucking Judds.
If you can handle it, folks, the Judds in 3D. It's like it's neat, but also I can't imagine anything I wouldn't not want more. You know what I mean?
Take it in, ladies and gentlemen. You see, the Judge is so good. When you get too close, it cancels me out. Watch.
Yeah.
See it?
Oh, look at that. Look,
Oh,
look, he's gone.
oh, now it's just the Judds.
He's gone.
Yeah, the Judds in
Oh,
3D, man. Who knew?
yeah.
I was like,
That
yeah,
is that.
he gave it to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll show that because it's cool with the glasses and everything. It's
Yeah.
if it was
Well,
like if it was something pulp culture or something cool, it'd be awesome tape. But
but still, I've never seen that. I've never heard of that. It's just neat all in and of itself.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Way neater if it was something better, something better though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something Adam.
Nope. Pat Master.
Love can build a 3D bridge. Is that
Very
true?
true.
Is that true?
We're going to try today. We're going to find out tonight, right now.
Oh, I'll see if that can happen. I mean, I don't doubt it. I've never seen it happen before.
Sparks, the Judds were a very, very popular country music duo throughout the late '80s and into the early '90s. Were they sisters or were they a mother and daughter?
Mother and daughter.
Mother and daughter duo.
Yeah.
That
And they
sang
were
songs.
famous for the mother and daughter looking like very close in age.
Yes, because she probably had her when she was 11.
Yeah.
Because her uncle diddled her. That's probably what happened. But
Yeah.
they're from Alabama. It could happen.
It could happen.
And they made the most of it. That's what happens. You make a chicken salad out of chicken shit. That's what you do. That's what they did.
Do.
I don't like them, but I respect them.
In there.
Yeah, I respect them. I don't like them, but I respect them.
They have one song that I actually like, and it's like a slow song. I think it's called "Change of Heart" or something like that.
Mm.
My mother used to listen to it, and I dig it, but that's about it.
It's I never would have expected to hear that from you.
Show more Judds. Look, see,
yep.
We already got people looking for more Judds.
Yeah,
it's my buddy Mark who gave it to him.
It's interesting. Maybe the Judds weren't an international phenomenon. Since Sparks trying to ask about them, maybe they weren't that big.
No, they were as big in Canada as they were in the States. I know that.
Yeah, I know. Some country music, gets pretty big worldwide, but not all of it. Maybe the Judds is one of them.
Brother Max wants to know how much to rent Navy SEALs on VHS. Well,
yeah, Navy SEALs.
I have to think about that. It's not expensive though. Back in the 80s, I used to go to the video store here in the UK. The owner let me hire all the horror films I wanted. I was 9.
Yeah, a lot of video stores, even though they were supposed to care about that, did not care about that.
No.
There was no age restriction, even though there was. But there was.
All the video stores I went to, they were happy. They were excited the people wanted under table tapes so they can make some money.
Yeah. I'm sure the same wasn't true for their porn. Like I'm sure they put their foot down about that. But the horror movies, yeah, they didn't care.
You think that the Judds tape was trying to reach a hipper audience? Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, Mikey would definitely be jealous of that. That is something Mikey would want.
And the whole tape is like regular. It's not 3D. The whole tape is not 3D. Only at the video at the end. We had to fast forward the whole tape to check it out.
Yeah.
And then we got to the end. We were looking at it, and it's like it's a hideous video, but
of course it is. Yeah.
but you could see some 3D images, and it was a little entertaining.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that's probably what they did. They probably threw let's throw a 3D video on the end, so somebody will give a shit about this monstrosity we just shit out.
Yeah, it's like you could save trouble and just go and stare at a pile of dog shit in your yard for about 15 minutes to get the same result.
Yeah, maybe they'll turn into a sailboat.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, no more Kevin Smith references on the show today.
Okay, you got it.
No more. 2's the limit.
Getting some new furniture for the basement. All right, Brother Max.
Hey, all right, man.
Anyone got Demons 2? Yeah, he just picked up Demons 2 at the flea market too, but it's in a cut box.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but still cool tape.
That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough, dude. I mean, a lot of that stuff is you're lucky to even have any part of it. Like it's.
I saw it. I was going to pick it up. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I did grab a tape though today. I picked up House.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, that's actually a pretty. Well, I mean, I don't know. Common's probably too strong of a word. All I know is I found one of those in a thrift store, and then I found the 1994 reissue from, I think it was at Star Classics at a thrift store. And like anytime you find horror at a thrift store, it's like, oh hell yeah, and it's so yeah. House was definitely one of those, but that's about.
Well, I haven't come across House in my VHS.
Yeah,
looking.
And it was fairly recently too. I think it was last year I found one.
Not me, man. It's the first time I've ever seen it in real life, so that's why I nabbed it.
Good find.
The Demons too. Like I wanted. There's a bunch of them that I was thinking about picking up over there, but they were all like in the clamshell cut box, and
Yeah,
trying to have less of that. So I still should have
yeah,
picked it up, but whatever.
yeah.
Away she goes.
It is. I mean, I don't know. I prefer not to have a cut box, like
It's
an
a
extra Uncle
schooner, not a
Copy.
sailboat. You silly bastard.
Oh, that's it. I'm out. I told you. Oh, that's. I warned you once. Uh,
Hey,
hey,
howdy.
Scottish geek guy. That's a new guy checking in. Never
Yeah.
seen that before. Hello,
No,
Scottish
he
geek
might have been
guy.
here once before, maybe. I'm not sure,
Mm,
but not often. So thanks for
yeah.
hanging out, Scottish Geek Guy.
Yes. Hopefully, we entertain you.
He's one of the victims of that asshole that took my account.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So I apologize again
Yeah.
for everybody who's still getting messages from this. Just look at the title. It does not say Rob's Vintage
Yeah.
Video.
Yeah. Look twice at it. It's not. It's
Rob's Vintage Video with a VHS tape in the title.
yeah.
His says like
It's
Vintag
Vintag
Vids or
Vid.
something.
Yeah, Vintag Vid.
It does not. If you look at the title, it does not say Rob's Vintage Video.
Yeah.
Oh, look, see.
Hey, we got another one.
Have your Instagram been hacked? Yes, it has. It was
Yes.
hacked like last week, and you know what? I finally got a message back from Instagram and told me that they didn't do nothing about it.
Oh, that's what they told me. I told you that last week. I said,
Well,
look,
they
this
only
guy.
just got back to me now
Yeah, that's great.
and told me that they checked it with certain guidelines, and he's not like, what are you talking about, man? The guy stole my account. He's
Yeah,
using my artwork that I paid for
yeah,
and I
yeah,
own, and he's
yeah,
harassing all the followers in my friggin' in my list that he's got a hold of, and he's not doing anything wrong. Are you kidding me or what?
yeah,
I tell everybody to report him, and they're just telling everybody he's not breaking any guidelines or something. I'm like, what?
yeah. Because I mean, technically, he isn't because he changed the name, so it's like it's not an identical profile.
Yeah,
I mean, your artwork, even though you paid for it, it's not copyrighted. So
no,
it's like, you know what I mean. So,
I should copyright it though.
well, yeah. I don't know how much it is in Canada, but here it's like $2,000 to copyright something.
I don't know what. I had my girlfriend looking into it not too long ago as a trademark and stuff and copyright and stuff. It didn't seem that expensive, but
Mm,
I would do it just stick it to that bastard because I can't
yeah,
go to Nigeria and I don't want to go nowhere near Nigeria. So
Nigeria or Michigan, wherever.
I'll go to Michigan, but I ain't going to Nigeria.
Well, it's also too. It's like Instagram really should know better because, like you said the other week, the guy was checking in from Nigeria. He was checking in from Michigan. He was checking in all over the place, and like that
Yeah,
doesn't look suspicious to you, Instagram. Come on, you
yeah,
know,
no kidding.
give me a break. All right, yeah,
Retarded, man.
uh,
So I just got over 1,000 followers at 1,062, I think, and now
uh,
I'm on my way. I had to start all over. I'm on my way to 100, and
uh,
still like 900 and some people don't realize that it's not my account anymore.
well, that's the benefit of Meta suppressing small pages, so no one's going to see your post anyway. So
No, exactly. It's not
yeah,
like you can warn them. It's like it's only word of mouth. So,
mm,
anyways,
yeah, whatever, I guess. But
I
I'm
have
still
no
thinking
idea
about
how I got hacked, man. I have no idea how I did not have the two things. Now I do though, but
the.
I didn't at first, or I
I
can't
mean,
remember if
hey,
I did.
when it comes down to it, man, if somebody really wanted to get in, they're going to get in. If they know how to get in, they're going to know how to get in. I mean, no matter what they do, they're still going to find ways around it.
I don't
It's
know how it
imperfect.
happened. And
You
just
know,
the other
it's
day, my fiance's card got hacked too. Someone tried to make a charge on her card that was
no
illegal too.
shit.
So I don't know what the hell is going on, but I got that too a thing now. They got to text me and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and let me know what's going on as soon as someone tries to sign in. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, some of that stuff works. It's good to have it. You never know.
yeah, yeah, yes, it does suck. I have to try to rebuild my page. It was like my platform with my most followers. I had like 1,062, like I said, and now
See,
I
it's
had
the
to.
opposite. It's the opposite for me. Like I mean, I do dick on Instagram. It's like, I mean, I try. I have, I think, 110 followers. And I'll post something, I'll get 3 likes. You're one of them always, and so I was like, I don't know what you're supposed to do here. I don't really get. Instagram at all. Like Instagram to me is just like dead. It's like I might as well just
I don't know, not me, man. Facebook is like that for me. Facebook, I get nothing. I get no.
Dude, that's weird.
I was getting followers, and then it stopped dead. And Instagram was the opposite. Instagram, I was getting every day. I'm talking every day. I was getting followers and followers and followers. I went up to 1,000 like fast.
The thing is, though, and here's what it is, and I really, I want to say this not disparagingly, not to discourage anybody who's like on the climb, you know, like trying to make their way into social media. It's followers, subscribers, that really doesn't matter. What matters is views and engagement. That's what matters. You can have all the subscribers you want, but if nobody's watching your videos, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
I really don't want to, you know, I hope that doesn't bring anybody down, but that's the cold hard truth about that. It's subscribers and followers. It really doesn't mean shit at the end of the day, because if they're suppressing your page or they're burying your channel because of whatever algorithm that's going on this week, you know, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the views or the engagement, it's like you're not going to do anything with it. And it's sad, but it's true.
No, it's definitely the engagement that matters. They just people just assume that if you have a large amount of subs, that the engagement comes along with it, because why else would the person sub, right? So they're supposed to go in hand, but they don't always go hand in hand.
They don't. They never do. Actually, they never do. It's like if somebody subscribes to you, that is not a guarantee they're going to watch your shit, because they probably will never see it again. You know, so I don't know. It's a joke. It's what it is.
Cap's Instagram is Captain Adams VHS Pirate Ship.
Yeah, Captain Adams VHS Pirate Ship. If you want to, I mean, I wouldn't bother if I were you, you know, because I really don't do anything with it, you know. Because
Facebook,
like,
man, I had like 300, maybe something around 300 followers on Facebook when I started on YouTube, and I got 400 and maybe 450 now.
Yeah.
And Instagram blew up like.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that happened. You know, for you. For me, it's like the opposite. You know, Facebook does really well for me, but also too, it's the same algorithm bullshit, to where it's like if I post something, you know, it can get like hundreds of likes, and then I'll post something again, pretty much within the same day. The same kind of thing, some kind of meme or some kind of funny picture or some kind of behind the scenes photo of a film, or there's some old VHS ad, and it gets nothing. I'm like, okay, well, I don't understand this. It's the same thing I always post. Like, it's the same kind of content that the hundreds of people who liked that post last time would like as well. So why aren't you? Because they bury you, they suppress you, because they want you to pay to promote your channel.
Yeah,
definitely. They want you to, every post they want you to pay for. And that's like Facebook is really going downhill when it comes to that. And it's weird. Like it'll do that for a couple weeks, and then they'll like relinquish this little embargo they have on my post when they realize it's not working. This guy's not gonna, you know.
No, they tease you. They taunt you with that. They tease you with that. They get you back in the mix, and then they yank it from you again.
It's called throttling. And then they have the nerve. I've said this before. They have the absolute nerve, the absolute gall, the unmitigated gall to send you a notification saying that your visibility has decreased. Like, okay, I'm not doing anything different. You're the one who's doing it, okay? Yeah. I mean, I post multiple things a day. I use stupid-ass tags like they tell you to, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, you're doing it. I'm not doing anything different. You are. So I see it's a scam. Everything is a scam. If you haven't noticed by now, everything's a scam. You know, even you trying to sell me Bitcoin on Instagram.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
It's a scam, yes.
Yeah.
Buying subs. It doesn't make any sense to even do that. You know, it's like, what the hell, buying subs?
No, it's dead subs. YouTube realizes it right away. Like, you can buy 2,000 subs, and the next day you'll be back down to where you started, because they realize they're robot accounts, and they don't count as real views. So it's all just horseshit. Yeah.
Most of the targeting ads based on your interest are
Now, I'm not saying it's not worth it to say, because it is actually really affordable when you think about like advertising. Like if you want to, you can like pay to promote your page. Like it just, you know, you can type in demographic, age, you know, what interest people are in. You type in everything specifically, and it does hone in on those people. When you do get a lot of page likes and follows for that, It's about, you run it for a week, it costs you $10. $10. That's not bad. That's how I got most of my page likes and followers, is because of that. And I've done that a couple times, and it's worth it. It does turn around.
For sure.
But,
if they're going to put it out there, then they're going to put it out there, and it's good stuff. So if it's out there and people see it, there's going to get likes. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, but it's just like then when you post something, it's like, okay, all these people are going to like this because it's exactly what they like, and you get 5 likes on something. That's like, okay, and then you see these other pages that are pretty much the same thing you are, getting like thousands of likes. You're like, well, how does that even happen? It's like, so do these people pay for each and every single one of those posts? Because that gets really expensive if you're doing that, and I'm not going to do that.
For sure.
Just basically whatever. It's. No.
I mean, I understand, like,
hey, Jay.
paying. How's it going, Jay, man? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. And you, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Useless subs, man. It is, it's like, I can understand paying for. I can understand them like strong arming you to pay for advertisement. That's part of the game. It's always been part of the game.
Yeah, sure. I understand
broadcasting
that.
something or showing something. It's always been trying to get advertisement. Has always been part of the game.
Yeah.
Like giving you fake subs that have for people that are not watching, doesn't even make any sense.
No, it's not. What's even more insulting is that if you somehow manage to get a bunch of subs, which is really hard in and of itself, organically, those people are never going to see your content because YouTube buries you. It's like, okay, I don't know what. YouTube is too concerned about suggesting new content to other viewers than it is about pushing your stuff. It doesn't make any sense to me. To me, we talked about this privately before. To me, it's like if you subscribe to a channel, your feed should be filled with all the subscriptions you have. Your main feed. These are their new videos. Check it out. You tap on that video. The suggestions of stuff you don't subscribe to but you might like should be in that sub menu. Once you click on that video, it should be below that. These are related videos. That's what it should be. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the point of subscribing to somebody if you never see their content?
It doesn't make sense.
It's like I just don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It is. I don't know. It's like it's like wiping your ass before you shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's so frustrating, man. It's crazy.
It is very frustrating. It is, and I don't get it. And I see these things. Everybody out there who's not a content creator, we're giving you some inside baseball here, behind the magic, if you were. You see these tutorials of these YouTube experts who say, replace the word algorithm with your audience. Replace algorithm with audience, and that's what you need. If the algorithm isn't recognizing you, that means your audience isn't. I say bullshit to that, because how can your audience not like a video if they never effing see it? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, but the problem is not my audience isn't liking my videos, is that they're not seeing them at all. You know what I mean? Let them decide if they like it or not. Don't let some AI controlled algorithm decide what my viewers like. It doesn't make any sense.
It's all about the access.
Yeah, it's like, if you're burying me, I'm not going to have an audience. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Anyway.
Yeah.
And if you have to pay I guess you have to pay your way out of that hole or something. I don't know.
Well, here's another thing. If you want to advertise on YouTube, like spread your YouTube channel, you got to go through Google, legitimately. And that will cost you literally an arm and a leg. It's like almost $1,000 to push a video for about a month. Like, you can push your page, your channel for about a month randomly throughout YouTube. But here's the catch. They don't let you choose what audience. They don't let you choose what video. They don't let you choose any kind of means to set up your ad. Mm-hmm. And like, it costs you $800 to do that.
That's mental.
So what you end up getting is a bunch of negative comments, a bunch of thumbs down, because there's a bunch of people, 60-year-old ladies who are looking at videos about knitting, and suddenly I'm talking to them about Ed Wood or my Disney VHS. Of course they're going to hate it. You know what I mean? And so just don't. Anybody out there who's a content creator, don't do any kind of advertising on YouTube. Just try to do your best you can doing it organically, because it's a waste of money, a huge waste of huge money. So just don't do it.
My Facebook and Instagram have good followers and engagement, but my YouTube channel has been picking up subs.
Yeah, Yeah, it's
I'm
not getting
now,
any sub.
but I'm
I know.
now not getting any views, and
Mm,
now giving it over concern myself with it now. So he's over concerning himself with it. So, my subs do not move, man, on YouTube, man. They do not
uh,
move. They're
yeah.
very much like the same thing on Facebook. They're stagnant, sitting there and around
Mhm,
300, and they
mhm,
just, man. But my Instagram was going up daily. Like I said, I had a good time on
yeah.
Instagram, and now I just
Well, I
oh,
mean, you go with what works. If Instagram works for you, do it. You know what I mean? Hey, Mr. Tommy Gunn, 1979. Good morning from North
good
America.
evening. Good,
Oh, good evening.
well,
Good
we're in the
afternoon.
afternoon, even the night.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. What was I going to say before? Now I forgot what I was going to say. I guess, but anyway. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
YouTube,
And like YouTube. What
not
the
nice.
fuck, dude?
YouTube, not nice. What the fuck's going
Yeah,
on? I
it's
don't
not.
know.
It's not nice. It's not nice. It's just so unnecessary how they do things. Like I don't why. Like why do it that way?
I mean, it's always for money. Everything's for money, but
Sure. Sure. But it's also like too, if you push small pages, if you small channels, you can there's more you can't tell me you don't make more money from monetizing small channels so they can put advertisement on there so you can pay them like 5 cents, whatever, and keep the rest of it. You can't tell me you don't make more money doing that than forcing somebody to pay $400, $500 to advertise through Google. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I just don't understand that. YouTube would make money either way. Like why would you? It just seems like you're being mean. It's like
yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me. Like
you're being hateful on purpose.
it's like if you monetize people, you're going to have more ad revenue. If you push small channels, you're going to see more ad revenue. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we'll see more channels blow
What?
up, which causes more, traffic and blah blah blah. And
Yeah, it's like okay, well, I'm just saying if money is the bottom line, and it always is, then really they should be helping small channels to
yeah,
get views. You know,
yeah, that's why it seems like it's like hateful. It's like they do it on
hmm
purpose.
hmm like YouTube hates me. We talk about this all the
Oh
time.
yeah, I believe
YouTube
that too.
absolutely hates me. Absolutely hates me. You know,
Tommy Gunn's now a proud owner of a Las Vegas video postcard, 1998 on it. That's cool.
look at that autocorrect letting everybody down already. Lad Vegas. You see that?
Lad Vegas.
Look, Lad
Lad
Vegas.
Vegas. Autocorrect is not working. Nothing works
Nope.
properly. I don't know what year mine is. I think mine's probably could be around that year too. I don't. I have to dig it out and take another look at the year, or go back in one of the streams that I showed it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I got a DVD here, and there's only one
Okay.
reason. There's only one reason why I have a DVD here, and you'll know when I show it to you because I mean I would have liked to get it on VHS, but
Is it porn? No, damn it. Oh, you guys.
Santa Claus with muscles, and I was like,
Yep.
oh man, it was $1. So I
Yeah,
was
you know
like,
what, Rob? I would have got that too. I would have picked
I'll
that up
fucking
too.
pick up that DVD for $1.
Yeah, I would have picked that up too.
I would have rather got it on VHS, but
Yeah,
at
we got to
least I
do a
could
watch
watch the
party.
movie and laugh at it.
We'll do a watch party sometime.
Yeah. Still, I mean, like if I see it on VHS, I'll grab it for sure, but I have not
Hmm
seen it.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
I
for a
mean
dollar.
any Hogan stuff on VHS, I'm picking it up. I've never seen it though. I've never seen it. I
I
don't
was supposed
know.
to pick up a couple tapes of what is it, Tropic Paradise or Tropic Thunder Paradise or something? It's a show.
No, Thunder in Paradise.
Yeah. What is that? A
Thunder in
movie or a
Paradise.
show? Or
It was a show.
because he's got three of them. I know he's got three of them.
It was a show on TNT. I think it started off with like a movie, like a television movie. I
Okay.
don't know if I'm right about that.
Because my buddy at the flea market's got 1, 2, and 3 on VHS.
And you didn't get them?
I was supposed to buy them. I took them and put them on the side, and I think he put them away somewhere. So,
Mm.
Mark, if you're still listening, I know you didn't sell them. He's probably stashed them somewhere. Pulled them out for me. I need
Yeah,
my
pull it
tapes.
out. Pull it out.
Pull it out. I'll pull all three of them out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah, it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what I picked up today.
Well, good stuff, man.
I picked up a couple other tapes, but I'm gonna be showing those off in another in some other post and shit. So
Mm-hmm. I got some tapes to show off.
yeah.
Actually, I
Oh shit!
do.
Let's go.
I'm going to harken back to people out there watching. If you caught the last shooting the shit Sunday, we ended up talking about as well as other things. We ended up talking about Robin Williams and a lot of the weird movies he's been in that a lot of people forget about. And I realized that I didn't bring this movie up, but I picked this up just because it's like I totally forgot about this movie. But yet I remembered as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I remember this movie now, but I didn't hear anything else about it. Bicentennial Man. Wrong way, Rob.
Oh, yeah, I messed it up again. How was I supposed to do it now? I think.
We don't have Gareth here.
Oh, I gotta drag it. There we go.
Yeah. Bicentennial Man.
Oh, Bicentennial Man.
There's the Robin Williams as an android. I've never seen it. Has anybody out there seen this movie?
You know
Is it
something?
any
I've never
good?
watched that movie either. I think I might
Yeah.
have it on VHS, but I've never seen it.
I mean,
Hello, man. Thank you for going on.
hey man, hey mate. I mean,
The
it's got
lovely
Sam
man.
Neill in it. It's a movie that's got Sam Neill and Robin Williams in it, and it's like, why haven't I seen this or really even heard much about it? And
Oh, I have
usually,
seen that movie. Yes, I have seen that movie.
was it good?
I don't think it was that great because I don't really have memories of it being great. I know. I think is that when he's like a butler?
He's like an android.
Yeah, he's an
Like
android, but
yeah.
they have him around the house or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
It's based
They
on the
said it's not
novel.
that bad.
Based on the novel, The Positronic Man. It's also based on a short story by Isaac Asimov, and it's produced by Chris Columbus. I'm sorry,
Oh,
directed by Chris Columbus.
oh,
So
okay.
this is what's weird to me. Okay.
Jay says it's a good idea that goes on too long.
Oh, really? How long
Yeah.
is it? Was it 2 hours? Oh, 131 minutes. Oh, forget that. That's
That's
no
2 hours.
way. I'm not
That's
watching it.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yep, I'm not watching it. Forget it.
Well, 11 minutes.
But anyway, on its face, it looks good because it stars Robin Williams, stars Sam Neill, and it's directed by Chris Columbus. It's based on a short story by Isaac Asimov. It's like, okay, what could go wrong here?
Yeah.
Well, what goes wrong apparently is that it's too long.
Yeah.
Stop.
I'm pretty sure I watched it, but I got I have no impression of it.
Well, it's like I realize this when you don't really hear much about a movie, there's usually a good reason for it, and it's like not because it's not any good.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's it's whatever. But so I just thought it was interesting, and it's still sealed. So
That's another indication.
yeah, somebody bought it and said, "Fuck it, I'm not watching this crap."
No, nobody bought it. That's what I'm saying. You got it from somebody who had it, ended up with it, and was like, "What the fuck am I going to do with this?"
Didn't bother even opening it, but I forgot about that movie. And of course, we didn't bring this up. Speaking of, we were talking about Robin Williams, the dramas he did, and we never talked about this one, The Fisher King.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This is like a penultimate Robin Williams drama. With Jeff Bridges.
I remember not being impressed by that either.
No,
but it was also the time when I watched it. It probably wasn't into that kind of thing.
Well, I think it had effects by it was directed by Terry Gilliam from Monty Python.
Right.
And he's a bizarre dude. Like he directed he directed Fear and Loathing.
Mm-hmm.
He directed, I think he directed Fear and Loathing. If I'm wrong in the chat, I'm sure you'll let me know. But yeah, he directed Brazil. Terry Gilliam. Very brilliantly bizarre guy. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, there's 1 hour photo, which we discussed that movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. That movie I see. That's a movie that I do recall because it was a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a complete psycho in this movie. He just does it so. It's so natural that it's very haunting. It's like, oh my god, this guy's like absolutely insane.
It is when you watch him in that movie and like in those kind of things, it's like you think to yourself,
mm-hmm.
that's when you realize you remind yourself there's people in public that you would not think by the way they look, that those kind of people are some kind of person other than how they look, but you never know.
Well, you said it best when we were talking about this last time that comedians when they do drama, they look like sinister, and like that's I didn't say it at the time, but that was a very good point because they totally do,
Yeah.
and it's like they can turn it off, and it's like they're the opposite of what they normally are, and that's weird, you know. And of course, I talked about this Club Paradise,
Let me see
which is an
here.
awful movie,
Oh
awful
yeah, yeah.
movie. It's just incredibly boring, and again, it's you know there's a lot going for it. It's directed by Harold Ramis, and Robin Williams. Peter O'Toole's in it. I'm a big fan of
Mhm.
Peter O'Toole. Rick Moranis is in it, and Twiggy. If you know, if there's any Twiggy fans out there, she's in it
Yeah.
too. So but it's just like so incredibly boring. Like it's not.
Yeah, that was on the other night. I was going through some channels and that was on, and I was like, no.
I mean, give it a shot. See what you think of it. I thought it was just really, really flat and like because you can always tell when something's trying to be funny and it's just not working, and it just makes it really awkward. You know what I mean? That's what that movie is. You know.
Sparkstron likes the Fisher
Mhm.
King.
Yeah.
I don't. I have to like a lot of those movies too. Like I watched them a long time ago, and
Yeah.
back especially when I was younger, I didn't give a lot of things more of a chance like I do now. So
Mhm.
there's many movies that I need to revisit and give a chance and give a
Oh, it's a
second
whole
chance
world.
to.
It's a whole world that you'll probably never get to all of it. You know what I mean? There's so many movies out there.
Oh, okay, there
That
you go. So it made into three movies.
yeah,
That's what I thought because my
yeah.
my friends got all three of them, and I'd like to pick that up.
It was supposed to be. Where's Len Dog at? Because Len Dog would really enjoy this conversation we're getting ready to have.
Yeah,
Thunder in Paradise.
Lindog had some. I don't want to speak his business or nothing, but he had
Oh,
some pretty terrible news today. So
oh shit.
shout out to my buddy Lendog, thinking about you, bud.
Well, yeah, yeah. Me too. Then.
Yeah,
Well,
he's okay, but he got some bad news with it today. So
oh
I don't want
man.
to speak it. I don't like I said I don't want to speak his business or nothing, but
Well, hopefully it was something like his penis is too big. Like hopefully it was that kind of bad news. One of
no,
those
but he
good.
does. We bug him all the time because apparently he does have a big penis, though.
Does it really? Just
Yeah, well, we bug him all the time. I even did a rap song about it once.
his big old hog.
Yeah. Because we used to have a
Uh,
we used to have a podcast together. Me, my buddy Len Dog, and my buddy Big Cat.
was it all about his penis?
No,
Oh,
it was about movies. We used to watch and review movies. It was called Brothers from Other Mothers,
yeah.
and it was quite vulgar and funny, and yeah. So I did a rap song about his penis on that. Wasn't only about his penis, but I mentioned it a few times, and it was done to the song "Butterfly" by Crazy Town.
Okay. Yeah.
I rewrote the lyrics to that song, and I did a song on it. It's pretty funny.
Well, you're really dedicated.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That's a
Apparently, he's
homie
got
right
nice
there.
calves too. He's got nice calves. He's got nice legs. My buddy Landog's got
Wow.
nice calves
I'm getting really turned on. I just want to
and a
let you
big
know
old
that.
hog. Apparently,
Yeah. So big it's got a knee in it. It's like a leg. Well,
yeah, I think he got some bad news.
we're thinking about you then, Lindog.
So
Most certainly.
I know he's probably having a hard time right now. So thinking about you, buddy.
Well, we'll get back to that in a
Yeah.
second here. I just wanted to show another unknown Robin Williams movie is Shakes the Clown. Now he's
Oh
not the
yeah,
title
yeah.
character. This is a Bobcat Goldthwait movie, but Robin Williams is in this, and he goes uncredited in this. So when you see him, you're like, "Holy shit, that's Robin Williams!" He plays a mime, and he does
Hmm.
great, but he doesn't. He goes uncredited. This movie is actually pretty good. If it wasn't for Julie Brown does a great performance in this, if you can believe that. And also, this is one of Tom Kenny, um, who's the voice of SpongeBob famously, and he was on the Mr. Show. This is one of his first roles. He's in this as the bad guy. So, very, very interesting movie. I'd check it out if anybody knows about this. So, yeah,
Yeah. I've seen it once. I know that.
yeah. I
I
mean,
know
it's
I've seen it
pretty.
at least once.
It's better than you think it would be. Like it's actually a pretty engaging movie. you know, because it's about an alcoholic who's a party clown.
Yeah,
He's a clown for birthday parties, and like it's just really they did it very well. I thought it was really good. So yeah,
yeah. I know. I watched it once because I remember Robin
yes,
Williams being in it.
yes.
Hot to Trot, yeah.
Oh, that's one, dude. One of my favorites. It's a great movie, great Bobcat movie, like you said,
Yeah,
Bob McCall. It is a really good movie. Um, some of his finest work.
Bobcat.
Yeah.
Hot to Trot, but I don't know if
That's
I
the one
have
where
that.
John Candy is the voice of the horse
Yeah, I know the
that talks
movie.
to cars.
I'm
Yeah,
wondering, do you have it on VHS? That movie?
I do. Yeah, I do have it.
Yeah, I thought
It
you
was
would.
real.
I
It
don't
was
think I have it.
it was really hard to find too, and I got a pretty shitty copy. At least the sleeve's pretty shitty. The tape works just fine, but the sleeve's pretty
Right.
awful. But that was all I could find. Like it's kind of one of those movies. It's hard to find. At least it was 2 years ago. It might be different now
Yeah.
because it seems like every time I look for a tape I want, that's when it's hard to find. But flash forward a couple weeks, it's
I've
like,
never come
oh,
across it. I have never come across it. I don't think I have it. So
well, I had to go to, as I always say, a popular internet shopping site. I didn't find it in the wild, so it's I had to look for it. Yeah, Sparks, check it out. I mean,
yeah.
you won't be disappointed.
No, I remember
You,
liking it.
you really won't. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. Yeah.
Shakes. I like clowns. I like any kind of fucked up clowns.
Well, this movie is interesting because it's almost like a union of clowns. They have like this bar they all hang out at, but they're
Hmm.
all like in gimmick, like they're all like
Yeah, yeah,
clowns like all the time. It's just so funny how they did it. It's like a
yeah. Like
subculture
they
of
have like a whole
clowns.
social underground, like
Yeah,
normal
that's
social life
exactly
of
what it is.
clowns.
Yeah, they're like Masons, but they're clowns, and it's just really, it's really neat. It's a different movie, different kind of movie.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a cool concept.
Hmm.
Check it out, Sparkstron.
Yeah, and Sweet Chuck is in it. Sweet Chuck from the Police Academy movies.
Oh
He
yeah.
apparently what? Yeah, he apparently was a friend of Bobcat's because he's also in Hot to Trot. They're just
Ah,
bit parts, but he's usually always in um, Bobcat Goldthwait
Bobcat
movies.
movies. Yeah, hooks
Yeah,
them up with the role.
yeah,
Oh, picked up tough turf, did you?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, tough turf.
I love
Well,
that
that's
movie,
tough.
man.
That's tough turf, buddy. Tough turf.
That's some tough turf.
Yeah,
I love that movie, man. I do not own it yet.
yeah,
Still trying to find it. Still hoping to run into it one day in the wild.
yeah.
Doubt it though. It's getting slimmer, and the chances are getting slimmer and slimmer.
Yeah. I kind of. I don't know, man. I'll go every now and again, just very, very seldomly, just to see what they have. And usually, like my old haunts don't even carry VHS anymore, and if they do, it's like one shelf, and it's like, you know, always bass fishing. There's always a bass fishing video. I don't know what it is about bass fishing. There's always a bass fishing video. There's
So
always Jerry Maguire. There's always Pretty Woman. To everybody out there, there's a reason why we mention those two movies all the time on the show is because that's all we see out there is Pretty Woman and Jerry Maguire. And we had enough. We had enough of it.
oh yeah,
We had enough.
especially Jerry Maguire. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
God. My God.
I can close my eyes now and see about 25 Jerry
Yeah.
Maguires on the shelves at the thrift store right
Yeah.
now.
And they're always going to be there. Nobody's going to buy them. No one is going to buy them. You
No,
know, it's funny,
crazy. Eh?
Mikey, VHS Mikey out there for everybody listening. If not familiar, subscribe to VHS Mikey on YouTube. Check him out on Facebook as well and Instagram.
Mhm.
He posted something on Facebook today. It was an old, well, not I guess not old, 20 years now, I suppose, but it was ads from a Best Buy circular about what they had, and they had like a VHS, for $14.99, and the first thing they have listed is Jerry Maguire. I thought that was just hilarious.
Yeah,
Even back then, you know, even back then.
yep. Yeah, same here. I love James. So I especially like his 80s stuff.
Yeah. Have you seen Crash? Speaking of James
80s and
Spader, have
90s.
you seen Crash?
Yeah,
You seen that movie?
yeah.
Weird movie, huh?
Yeah, I think it's the
Yeah,
one
it's
I've seen. Crash.
about the people that have the car crash fetish.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes,
that's a weird movie, dude.
yes. It is a weird movie.
Stars the guy. What's the guy's name? He plays Casey Jones in the Turtles movies.
Yeah, he
Well,
was
stars him.
he was in One Magic Christmas. I watched that just the other night. One Magic Christmas.
Yeah, that guy's a interesting actor because clearly he takes any work he can get because he'll do family movies like that, but then he'll also do stuff like Crash.
Yeah,
It's like there's stuff like Crash. Like he's basically like I think doesn't he like have sex with James Spader in that movie? Isn't there like a sex scene between those
yeah.
two?
I know there's some weirdness going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's a strange movie.
That's a movie I'll watch one
Strange
time
movie.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a one watch and that's it,
Yeah.
And even that one watch, you're like, I don't know if I want to keep watching this. But,
Yeah, that movie was a bit.
yeah. Some
But yeah,
movies are like that, you
I
know.
like James Spader, especially like his '80s stuff. Like I said,
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was
yeah.
great in Mannequin. Mannequin's a great movie, man. Great movie.
I like those movies, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked him
Mannequin
as
too though.
his name is Steph in that was it pretty and is it Pretty in Pink? Yeah, I think it's Pretty in Pink. He plays that douchey rich kid. And his name is Steph.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was
Yeah.
his name? Anthony what's his last
Michael
name?
Hall?
No, the other guy there, the one from Mannequin.
Oh yeah,
The dude from
damn it,
Mannequin.
Rob. It's all your fault.
Isn't
You have to
isn't
be
it
quick.
something like McCarthy or something? Or
Yes, I think it is McCarthy. Or
but
McGrath.
anyways,
That's not McGrath.
his name is Blaine. It kills
Oh
me.
God.
What's his name? John
Blaine.
Cryer is like
Yeah.
she tells him oh, his name is Blaine, and John Cryer is like, Blaine? His name is
Yeah.
Blaine? He goes, that's not
Yeah.
a name, that's an appliance.
Yep. Yeah, it's
I love that, man. It's so funny. But James Spader is such a douchebag in that movie, man, and only he can play that level of a douchebag.
oh,
That's
he's
why I
great.
like him.
He's great, man. Yeah,
There's
he's
a
like
part where he's bad mouthing Molly Ringwald, and John Cryer's upstairs. He's listening, and he's
yeah.
bad mouthing Molly Ringwald to McCarthy, and then they stop talking, and he walks away, and he's walking up the stairs up to where John Cryer is, and John Cryer's all pissed off and wants to like attack him, but he's not saying nothing, just staring at him, and James Spader's looking at him. He's got this douchey look on his face, man. He's walking by with his suit on, and he's looking at
Uh-huh.
him like, you got a problem, and he looks such like a douchebag, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, he fit that part very well. And didn't he have the sweater tied around his shoulders? Did he
Yeah,
have that in that movie?
all that
'Cause
stuff.
I want to think he did. It's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I want to think
Steph,
Steph is his favorite.
character. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was slumming it. He was slumming it with Molly Ringwald. Yeah, Less Than Zero too. Yeah, that's right. That's another one. He plays such a good '80s douche, man. So good. But his face too. It's in his eyes and everything, man.
Yeah.
That's why Tough Turf is so good, because he's like a rich kid. His parents lost the money, and he goes to a shitty neighborhood, right? But he
Right.
looks like a rich kid. He looks like a rich douche kid that lost his money.
Oh man. Oh shit. Hold on one second, Rob. I gotta plug my laptop in real quick.
Yeah, Blaine Steph or Steph Blaine. Yeah, for sure.
I'll be right with you, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I get such a kick out of how completely douchey he looks. And even in the Jack's Back, that Jack the Ripper movie that he's in, he's like a doctor from a good family or whatever, who's like purposely working in like communities, like a clinic or something in a poor area to help people. He always just plays this like, I'm better than you kind of character. It kills me. But once he started doing like more recent stuff, and he lost his hair and all that, I don't watch any of that Blacklist or whatever the hell he's on, whatever that show he's in. Never seen it. Good James Spader. Yeah, Jack's Back is like one of my favorites of his. It's a good one. When I watched when I was young, I remember seeing that for the first time. I enjoyed it. I can picture you with a pink yellow sweater. Yeah, for sure. Picture me in different ways. Do I have any typo negative VHS
Hey,
tape?
it's the Friendly Men.
It's a friendly man. What's happening? Do I have a typo negative? Off the top of my head, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
No,
What's
I
happening,
know I
James?
don't.
You don't
I
have
don't. I
one?
never.
I have to go.
No.
I got a box in storage filled with heavy music tapes and stuff. I got to go through it, but
I bet you
maybe not.
do. I'm
I don't
willing to
know.
bet that you do.
It's possible. It is possible, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
One
did
that you
have
know of,
one.
eh? Well, if there's only one, then maybe I don't have it. I haven't looked through those tapes since I packed them away, so I can't be sure. Yeah, we were just talking about the movie Jack's Back and stuff like that while
Yeah.
you were gone. James Spader.
Yeah. Well, he was also. Well, he's just a really good actor. Like he can turn it on and off. Like it's because in Stargate, he's like a totally different. He's not really a douchebag, but he's like this weenie, like scientist character. You know,
Yeah,
it's a great
and
job. And of course,
he
he
plays
was.
like the sidekick, the side guy, right? Like the side character.
Yeah, he's a scientist, like the scientist guy who
Yeah,
figures out the code to the Stargate and all this, and Kurt Russell and stuff. Yeah.
has a sealed copy of Back to the Future is waiting for you. Oh yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, that is weird because that one, at least to
Garrett,
my. Hey, Gareth. Good
what's
evening.
happening, man?
Good afternoon.
If you want to jump on, let me know.
You can always jump on Gareth if you know what I'm saying. Oh,
He's always
yeah.
welcome to jump on.
Oh, yeah.
Get down
Uh,
on that thing. I looked
yeah,
at that movie. The Step Brothers there.
uh,
What's his name there? What's his name? Is it? He's got three. He's one of those guys with three things in
was
his
C.
name. John
Thomas
C.
Howell?
Riley, right? Is it John
Was it
C.
John C.
Riley?
Riley? I think it's John C. Riley. Is
Yeah,
it?
I think that's the guy who plays Will Ferrell's brother,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Is it John C. Riley?
He sings his when he's singing the songs and stuff like that in Step Brothers. That movie kills me, man. Fuck, I laugh at that movie.
Hmm.
Oh, Charcy Lux is here.
Oh, hello.
Oh, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, you didn't miss much. We were complaining about YouTube, and then we started talking about James Spader.
Yeah, we did show a little bit of VHS content at the beginning, but
Yes, we did.
he's selling it for $10, is he?
Yeah, he.
We are well. Hope you are well also. Yeah, the Blacklist TV show. I'm sure he's doing great, and I don't like those kind of shows. And like I said,
The the funny thing about shows, I don't know why I do this. Like these news shows, these streaming shows, or whatever. When anybody starts talking to me about a show, it's like, yeah, you'd like this show. This is what happens. When people say, "Don't worry, we'll do it again. We'll do it again," because
it always comes around.
yeah, not only because we were going to anyway, but since you mentioned it, we will bring it up again. But anyways, when people start talking to me about shows, I just like completely zone out. Like they talk to me about like, oh, Parks and Rec is so funny, and I'm just like going, oh, you'd like Sons of Anarchy, you'd like Walking Dead. Like I just don't care. I don't like shows. I just don't. You know.
I love shows. I just like good ones.
Yeah, I don't get it. But whatever.
Thank you. I'm glad you're doing well.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hey, look, it's somebody else new.
Ever enter one of those old VHS contest gimmicks when they still a thing?
What is that exactly?
Did you ever enter one of those VHS contest gimmicks?
Oh, you mean like the sweepstakes, like the video
the
sweepstakes?
Like a call in.
No, I never did. Yeah, I never did, and I never knew anybody that did. I will be doing a show about them sometime soon, probably within the first of the new year, because it is a topic that needs to be discussed because there were lots of them. Uh, yeah, no, I've never did any.
I know you brought up one. You bring up one often about the Hulk Hogan one, right? Where you
Mhm.
get to talk to him or something like that.
Yeah, there was a 900 number. Of course, there was. That's what they always involve, a 900 number.
Well, yeah.
Uh, Whereas, like, you can talk to, you know, Hulk Hogan or some other WWF superstar, which that was what was going to happen. You weren't talking to Hulk Hogan, dude. No way.
No,
That was
no way.
He wasn't answering. You were going to talk to the Brooklyn Brawler, and he was going to tell you some horse shit, and then it was going to cost you $10. You know.
I watched the
Yeah.
captain's video about Ed Wood. It was really good, and I watched more of his content. He puts.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, listen,
No,
James, don't compare yourself to the captain's channel because
no,
there's nobody putting the captain's channel to shame.
we're all our own thing. We're all our
I've got
own
the best YouTube channel
entity.
on
Oh,
YouTube.
no. Well, YouTube doesn't think so, but thank you, Rob, and thank you, friendly men. Uh, that's nice of you to say, but just keep this in mind. Years and years ago, when I played in bands, I used to be a drummer in like a shitload of metal bands. I was always, when I first started playing shows, I was always concerned. Uh, you know, it was unnecessarily so, but I was concerned because ego is ego, that I wasn't as good as the other bands, or we weren't as good as the other bands playing on the same shows we were. And one guy from another band said to me, "He's like, hey man, don't think of it that way because it's not like that. It's like we're each our own thing. It's like you're your band, we're our band, they're their band. It's like comparing everybody is a pointless endeavor because it doesn't mean anything because we're all our own thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like comparing a leaf to a flower petal. It's just like it's
Yeah, it's
they're
two
their own
different
thing.
things.
You know?
I used to have that problem too. Like cause I've always been creative my whole life, and when I was
Yeah.
younger, I never pulled the trigger on anything because I never felt good enough, and I always thought, well, if that guy's better than me, what's the point of me doing it?
Yeah, that's silly, but it's
Like, you know,
natural. It's natural to feel that way, and it's we
I started
shouldn't, but
playing
we
guitar
do.
when I was younger, and I dropped
Yeah.
it. I later picked it up as I was older, so I still play a little bit of guitar, but I
Yeah.
never really went full throttle with it. I started designing and building tattoo machines like
Yeah.
in the early '90s, and I was like, I'm not good enough. There's no point, and I let all of it go because I just figured there's someone better than me. Instead of thinking, well, there might be somebody better than me, but there might not be somebody doing it like me.
Yep.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
And I never thought of it that way. Only until later on, after
Well,
I
of
had
course.
kids and I
Yeah.
started making
That's
music. I made a couple songs. I wrote a couple songs. I made a couple songs I had on YouTube before I
you
started
do.
Rob's video. Yeah,
Like,
I had two
well, look.
songs that I fully wrote. Me and my buddy East of Manning that you see show up here. My buddy
Mhm.
Jay, who does some music for me for my Static Realm and that. Me and him, we made two songs. I wrote the lyrics, the music of the drums. We played between the two of us, we played all the drums, the bass, the guitar, the singing and everything. And I had two songs on YouTube on my channel that sat there forever. And then I erased that, and then I started Rob's Vintage Video like a year ago.
Oh, so they're not in existence anymore.
No, not on YouTube. No.
Oh man.
Yeah, my
Well,
band is called Killer Dunbar. Like the tattoo I have here, the Killer Dunbar is my mother's father. My grandfather was a bare knuckle boxer in Nova
oh,
Scotia,
cool. Yeah.
and his boxing name was Killer Dunbar. And my buddy Jay is the one who said, "Hey man, that's an awesome band name."
Yeah.
And then I was playing guitar, and I started my own little band and made a couple songs. And we
Does
did, I
this
didn't ever, I've never played in my own band, but
does this material still exist in some form,
yeah, I got
or
it on
like
my old laptop somewhere.
okay?
But it's
Yeah.
not
Don't
on.
let
It's not
that die,
here.
man.
It's not online anywhere.
Don't let that die. Keep that alive. What I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's the human condition. It's natural to say, "Oh, I'm not good enough." But you have to like try your best to think past that because that's just bollocks. Like, of course you are. It's just like a lot of
Yeah, I
we
don't
get in
think
our,
that way anymore.
we get in our own way. That's what we do, and that's what It's either like it's like some kind of self humbling bullshit. So we don't become like egotistical assholes.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like we're also holding ourselves down to where if we're afraid to do anything because we don't think we're good enough.
Now I'm not like that. I don't think that way
Yeah,
anymore. Now I do it if it's good enough for me, and I want it, and then I put it in. Let's see if it's good enough for anybody else, and that's how I look
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
Yeah, James don't like shows either.
Well,
Never watched a
yeah,
single game of Game of Thrones. I watched a little bit of Game of Thrones and I stopped.
the last show
In my
I
movie.
watched, like binge watched, was Deadwood. I don't know if you watched that show. You ever watch Deadwood?
Yeah, I love Deadwood. I watched I think the first couple seasons of that.
Yeah, yeah.
That show was really good.
Well, I watch anything with Brad Dourif in it. I love Brad Dourif, and he was the doctor, and
Oh,
he was
okay.
very.
I like that dude that was the bartender or whatever, Swearinger.
Oh, Al Swearinger. Oh, of course
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, everybody loved him.
I like
Yeah, he
that
was
dude.
great. Yeah, but I'm always a big fan of Brad Dourif because he's just such a interesting actor. Yeah. The original.
Original Al you talked to or AI?
Is that Al or AI?
I'm not sure.
Have to forgive us. Please clarify.
We talk too much.
Oh, thank you, friendly
Fucking
men.
rules. Fucking rules. This is true
Yeah,
fact.
thank you. And
We are our own worst
we,
critics. That's
we,
true.
yes, of course, we certainly are.
Is I'm
Yeah,
across the world from my crew. Yeah, that must be hard
yeah.
too, man. They like
Oh, yeah,
you,
that's a
the
big
first year,
issue.
I think, right?
Yeah, that's a big issue.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I hear you, brother. But the Captain's show is an actual show that should be on TV broadcast everywhere all over the world because it's an actual show, like from
Oh,
A to
okay,
Z.
AI. Yeah, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, yeah. There you
Photo robot. Oh, a little robot emoji she used. That's cute.
go. Never get to Breaking Bad because everyone bugged it up for. Yeah, I watched. I think the first or second season. That's another thing about me too. I'll watch like first two seasons and then if
Yeah,
it goes like this and I'm gone.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know why either.
Movie
Hey,
Cheer
movie
podcast.
cheer podcast.
Gents, I'm enjoying the discussion. You are both right.
Yeah,
Comparison of the enemy. It'd be cool to hear the songs. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. They're not bad. I mean, I like them. I was happy with them. That's the reason why I put them out. I wasn't
yeah.
ashamed for anybody to listen to them. They did a little bit, and the people I guess who knew me checked them out, and they just sat there forever. So when I decided to do Rob's Vintage video, I was like, we'll get rid of this shit.
Huh. That's interesting that was like your first response. Destroy it, and move on.
Now when
You
we're
could have
talking about
saved it.
talking to famous people, but not actually talking to them. Yeah, yeah. When he's talking about the hotline for Hogan.
Oh yeah. There was that.
Yeah, but back then, and they probably didn't have no AI voice or nothing like that. It was probably
No,
some
no,
just
no. It was
their.
them, or it was it was a recording, but I'm sure it was never Hogan. There was that,
Oh,
and
it
there
was
was the
recording. That's
yeah
even worse.
well, it was like a random thing. He even said that you might even talk to me, brother. You're not talking to Hulk Hogan.
No.
No, just give him $10 and go home. Then there was the Bill and Ted, the Watch and Win trivia, where like you called a 900 number and like you'd answer questions about the movie and. But then there was a lot of them that were just like write-in contests, like said the name and address on a self-addressed postcard or whatever, answer the questions.
And you never hear back anything ever.
No, I mean I'm very curious if anybody won those. I've always said that if anybody's won those contests, I want everybody to reach out to me and let me know whatever you want. I don't care if it was like the T-shirt prize, the booby prize, whatever. Like I'm just convinced that nobody won those things.
I never heard anybody. I know when I was a kid, I entered a bunch of contests. I used to love doing
Yeah.
that, and I never heard back anything from anything.
Mm-hmm.
My brother too. My brother was younger than me. We used to get my brother was like Better Off Dead. You know the movie Better Off Dead?
Yeah.
Well, John Cusack's little brother in that movie. The kid's getting like mail. He's like 7 years old. He's getting mail. He's building things in his bedroom. He's got girls in there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to laugh and say that's my brother because my brother was like young and get mail come in his name and stuff into the house. My father was like, "How you getting mail, man?" And he'd be ordering stuff. My brother, like 7 years old, 8 years old, be mailing shit out and getting stuff mailed to the house. And
he's a genius. Like, yeah. Well, that's like in hold on. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there's a hiccup burp kind of thing going on there.
Burp snart.
Viva la diaphragm. Oh God. Anyway, that's like in Real Genius when Laszlo, he enters all those Frito
Yeah.
contests, and he wins all these prizes at the end, and he shows up in an RV, with like a jet ski and all this stuff because he won all these contests because he
You won
figured out
all
how
you
to
won
do it.
all the large percentage of all the small prizes. Like,
Yeah. It's
how
tremendous.
do you know it's an '80s movie when he's forging signatures with a machine holding actual pencils,
Yeah. Oh
a
yeah.
series of pencils writing his name over and over again, like
Yeah.
not
No.
not printing the names over, not you know what I mean, like actual
Yeah.
pencils writing four in a row.
Yeah.
He's got everything so mechanical. It's like it's all like he's got a whole thing up. There's a whole
Uh-huh.
setup here. All the scientific machinery and technology going on for him to cheat on the contest, but it's pencils involved. There's actual
Yeah.
pencils
Yeah.
writing his name on the entry forms.
It's before the digital age. It's interesting. Like if you watch old episodes of Star Trek, they're supposed to be like hundreds of years into the future, but yet on the Enterprise, like their whole like information system revolves around tape. They always say, "Put the tape in." Like
Yeah,
play the tape, like it's like 3000,
yeah, yeah.
47, and they're using tape on an intergalactic spaceship. It's tremendous. I love it.
Hey, Lendog, man, it's stopping by. What's happening, man?
Hey, Linda, ain't just for you, Linda. Listen, since Thanksgiving's right around the corner, I wanted to show you something very special. Thanksgiving night tradition just for you and me. Survivor Series. The
Oh,
first
yeah.
ever Survivor Series 87. Yeah, this is the first Survivor Series. And 1987, this is when they had 5-man teams as opposed to 4-man teams, as they eventually went to. But this is interesting because it also has an all women's match that features Sherry Martel, Rockin' Robin, the Jumping Bomb Angels, and I don't remember the other ones. But that was the first and last time they did that for a very, very long time. So this is a very interesting Survivor Series. And for some reason, I have 2 of these tapes. I really don't remember getting 2 of these tapes, which is why you shouldn't get really drunk and shop on eBay. That's So I do have 2 of these. So that's just for
Wow,
you,
nice.
Lando. That's just for you, baby. I hope everything's okay with you, and just keep in mind, keep your eyes to the horizon, baby. That's right. Keep looking forward. They put hard times on you, but hard times don't last. Tough guys do. That's right, baby. Get funky like a
Mhm.
monkey.
The problem with shows, sometimes they will get 1 or 2 seasons and then get canceled. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. I get into shows and then
Mhm.
they're gone.
Yeah, because I think like
Cliffhanger.
Deadwood only had 2 seasons for like the longest
Yeah,
time, and then they brought it back with that movie after like Cy was dead. The actor who played Cy died,
right.
or what was his name? Cy? What was that
I think
guy's
so.
name?
It
The
sounds
other
familiar.
bar owner, like the guy that opened
Yeah, yeah. I think it
the
was.
saloon across the street. Yeah, it was
It's
a
been.
good movie.
I watched it. My buddy Big Cat turned me on to that show. That was pretty good.
Mhm.
He also turned me on to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But Bob McCall, did you check out the show with Tom Hardy called Taboo? That was a pretty good show, man. I got into that, and they only have like 1 or 2 seasons, and they didn't finish it. I'm like, what the hell, man? That show was, I was binge watching it because it's pretty killer. Then there's another one called My Name Is Wayne, or They Call Me Wayne, or is it Do They Call Me Wayne, or My Name Is Wayne? I think it's My Name Is Wayne, or it might be just Wayne. I can't remember. But anyways, it's got like 1 season, maybe 2, but it was so cool. And then it was about this teenage kid, and he's just like a scrapper and stuff, and not a big story, but it was really cool how they did it.
Yeah.
And then they disappear. It's like, what the hell?
Well, what was the last episode like conclusive? Did they only meet it for a couple seasons
No,
and that
no,
was it?
no. It ends. It just ends. It's just like
Yeah.
it's supposed to continue, and then they just nobody cared about it, so they dropped
Yep.
it. Long live Sherry.
Hmm.
Thanks, Captain.
Anytime. Uh, what did you think, Lead Dog? What did you think of Sherry's work in the WCW? Answer whenever you get a chance. Of course, she managed Harlem Heat, and that's all I really remember about her work in WCW. But uh, yeah,
Never heard of them. I don't know if they're available to watch in the UK. What's
yeah.
that? Taboo? Taboo. I'm pretty sure
Probably
it's
too
a
bad.
UK show.
Yeah. I remember really enjoying. Was it? This is confusing because there was a show called 6 Feet Deep, and there was a show called 6 Feet Under, but they were both very different shows. The one I watched and really enjoyed was the one about Grim Reapers. Which one was that? But that whatever that one was, that was a really good show. I enjoyed that. That starred uh, the guy who played Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know
what
his
the hell? I
name.
can't think of his name, but yeah, he was in it.
I don't know
That
his
was a
real
really
name.
good show. A very interesting show, very original show. I would watch that, but again, that was a long time ago. Like that was 2000. You know,
Taboo was with Tom Hardy. It was pretty cool. It's like he it was almost like it's set back in I can't remember, but back in the day, and his father dies or something, and they're going through his estate. But anyways, he's his mother was like it's got something to do with the East Indian Trading Company and Jamaica and the Caribbean and voodoo magic and stuff like that. It was super interesting, man. And then it just stops.
well, because you liked it, that's why they
Yeah,
canceled it.
probably.
Yeah, never ever ever say out
No, there you
loud that you like a show, or else it will
go.
be canceled.
Taboo was on Netflix, and it was on yeah, it was on Netflix and something else, and it was well, it was okay. I liked it. I thought it was good, man. I love Tom Hardy though.
I'm a
I
fan
love
of
that
Tom
dude.
Hardy.
So,
I got a man crush on Tom Hardy.
yeah, me too. I love that guy.
Yeah,
I'd love to hang
yeah.
out with that guy any day.
Mm.
But I don't watch series that shows anymore. The last one I really watched that I liked was probably uh what do you call the Peaky Blinders one,
Oh yeah, with what's his name? With
Cillian.
yeah, Scarecrow.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
That
I
I
don't
watched.
I don't know his real
I
name.
watched the whole thing. I thought it was great. I love that show. That show was very entertaining, man, and
Mm.
I was down with that show. But since then, I don't really.
Mm.
I tried watching. There's a show with the mobster guy. What's his name? The mobster that goes and lives in like in Finland or something, or in the Netherlands.
Frank Sinatra? no,
No, no,
it's
it's
not
what's
Frank.
his name? It's what? He's little Richard, little Stevie, little
Little Richard.
no, not little Richard, little
Woo!
Stevie. You know, he's on the radio. He does the radio. I think he played guitar for Bruce Springsteen. He plays a mobster guy on TV.
What are you talking about?
For Christ's sake,
I don't know.
you're gonna make me look it up.
I'm dumbfounded.
You're gonna make me look it up. I'm pretty sure his name is Little Steven.
I don't know. He plays a
He's a musician.
mobster.
He's a musician slash known mobster actor. And what the hell is this?
He plays guitar for Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, give me a second here. Bruce Springsteen's guitarist. Yeah,
Oh
Steve
man,
Van Zandt. Stephen Van what?
Steve Van Zandt. Yeah, the name's familiar. He's a mobster actor.
Yeah, he plays.
I had no idea.
He's been play. When I get the image, like we're probably not going to be able to see it on the computer, but anyways. What the hell is his name? I'm getting a blank now because it's irritating me.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure everybody tuned in to watch you look at your phone.
No, they didn't. That's what I'm saying. But it's bugging the shit out of me.
Well,
Is it him? Anyways, forget about it.
yeah. Okay. Well, folks, we've always heard the term.
Yeah, there it is. Lilyhammer. It's called Lilyhammer. The show's called Lilyhammer.
I kind of feel like all that wasn't worth it. Like it just was not a good payoff. Like it.
Yeah, I'm
I
just trying to look here. That sounds like my kind of thing. I don't think you can see this picture on my computer on the phone. I'm going to try to show you it. Hold on, let me get rid of this for a second. No, you're not going to be able to see it. It's too bright.
no.
What if I do this? Can you see that? You don't know that
Kind
actor?
of Lindsay.
You never seen this actor before?
Ah, other way. You know what? I can't say that I have. I've never seen that guy before in my life. I think you're making this
He's a
whole thing
radio
up.
host. He does radio shows. He plays guitarist
Nope.
for Bruce Springsteen,
I think
and
you're
he
making
does
this.
acting.
I think you're making this all up. I think you just that all that time you're on your phone, you were photoshopping this picture.
Anyways, the
Just
show's
some.
called Lilyhammer. He's a mobster, and they got to relocate him, right? And they
Mhm.
relocate him to Lilyhammer.
Also, so he's a snitch.
Yes,
He's a snitch mobster.
yes. And so they relocate him to Lilyhammer, and then he starts running his game over there. It's a pretty good movie, a good show. But then it kind of
Yeah.
like drops off.
Like I said, it's because you liked it. You
Yeah,
probably said
probably.
out loud, "I like this show." The TV heard you. That information went to the higher ups, and they said, "Cancel it. Rob likes it."
Yeah, X-Files is a pretty good show.
Yeah.
TV
Favorite
show
TV
pilot.
show pilots?
Hmm.
That's a good question. That's a
Bye,
very good
man.
question.
Thanks for hanging
Hi.
out.
Oh, we'll see you, man. See you, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, he's from
Just good.
Sopranos. That dude's from Sopranos, no? Yes, he's in Sopranos. I'm pretty sure he is.
That's another show. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got to watch Sopranos." I'm like, no, I don't want to watch Sopranos.
I did. I
Like,
watched all the Sopranos. That was good.
I just didn't. Again, it's like it just goes right past me. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. I just zone out as soon as anybody starts talking about shows. I really
Looks
don't
like
know.
Robert De Niro. Yeah, a little. He does look like Robert De Niro a little bit.
If Robert De Niro was a wrestler, I should say, because he looks like he's really thick and broad. Yeah,
But he's short. He's a short, little, stocky, little,
sure. Those are the
little
guys.
dude.
Those are the guys you got to watch out for.
Yep.
That low center of gravity,
Oh yeah.
like they're pretty much indestructible.
My mother used to say all the time, "Big things come in small packages." My mother was like 4'10", and she was crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure she was
her,
a
her nickname
firecracker.
was Crazy Mary. I'm not joking. That's what they used to call her.
Yeah, she kick your ass, man.
Oh, she tried a couple times.
Yeah. I'm sure you had it coming.
Oh man, I'm telling you, my mother was like, my mother is my mother is Scottish and native blood, eh?
Mm,
From Nova Scotia, from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
yeah,
So she's a little. My mother was quite wild when she was younger.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Good times, good times. Chris and Paulie are so funny. Sopranos was good. I enjoyed it, but I mean, I'm so tired of mobster things. I would never go back and watch it again. But I would
No.
watch Roseanne again. I'm trying to find the seasons of Roseanne someplace. I can't get them streaming anywhere.
That's funny that you say that because here they're on like 4 different channels. I swear. Like if you turn the TV on any time of day, some channel has Roseanne, and it's like a
Not here.
rock block of Roseanne. It's like all morning long, all afternoon long, all
I
evening
wish
long,
I'd
whatever.
be watching that like crazy if it was here. They don't have it here.
Yeah,
I Connors. They play the Connors like once a week. There,
yeah.
whatever day that plays on. But the actual Roseanne show, I used to watch it on Prime Video not too long ago. Like maybe a year or two ago, I binged all the seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on Prime. And now I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. They change
I
all that
love
shit.
Roseanne, man. Love Roseanne. But like I said, I was a big fan of that growing up. So as soon as I put the Roseanne show on, I feel like I'm a
Yeah.
kid again.
Well, I always look because my policy when it comes to Roseanne, anything after 91, I don't watch because I can't stand it. The later seasons. So if I see like Roseanne's on a channel, I'll like hit the info button to see what it is. I'll look at the year, and like that's what if it's like 89 or 90, 88. I was like I'll watch it, but anything after that, no.
No, I'll watch them all.
They just
I'll even watch.
changed. Yeah.
I'll even watch the Connors today. I even watched the Connors
Well,
without Roseanne.
everybody likes their stuff, man.
I think it's terrible without Roseanne. I think it's freaking terrible that they do it without Roseanne. But whatever, I still watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Peacock, eh?
Yeah, Peacock.
Well,
Peacock's
when I check it out, when I Google it and looked it up here, it said it was on Hulu. It said it was on Prime. It said it was on Apple TV, and it said it was on something else, and it wasn't on any of those.
Hmm.
So
maybe it's cyclical. Like it'll be on again eventually, but
Who knows, man?
No,
Usually you
it's
can
different.
find it. Usually they'll show you a channel that has it, and then I can
Yeah.
at least decide to pay for it or not. But
Things have changed so much.
you go on
For the
YouTube, and they got a whole list of Roseanne on YouTube for like a minute long each video.
Yeah, like you can't find free episodes. You got to pay for them there too.
Oh yeah, big time.
Some shows you can find
Yeah,
free episodes, but it's usually like the crap. Like
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
nothing you
Nothing
want to
that you're
watch.
looking for, that's for sure. If you can't find it on streaming easily, then you're not going to get it free on YouTube.
And if you can, you better watch it right then because you're not going to see it again. It'll be taken down.
That's right. I was about to say that
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I love that show, man.
Yeah, me too. I do.
I love that episode of when I think it's their mother dies or the father dies. One of the
Yeah, it was the
parents
father
dies.
because Bev, I think lasted the whole series.
Yeah, yeah. She ended up hooking up with somebody else, didn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the father dies. When the father dies, man,
Mhm.
and they're calling people and telling people that he died.
Oh yeah, you talked about this. He's fine.
Yeah,
He sends his love, but
yeah, yeah. Jackie, man, Aunt Jackie. I love. She's so crazy. That woman. That woman is crazy in
yeah,
that show.
yeah, yeah.
She
It's so
kills me,
funny.
man.
Like it's like a lot of actors they always say, I don't want to get what's the word pigeonholed into a
Pigeonholed,
role, or that's
typecast.
they only like recognize you for that. But it's like, I mean, sometimes like you got to enjoy that because that means your role was so memorable that that's all people know is what. So when I see her in a movie, I'm like, it's Aunt Jackie. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about JFK the other week. Aunt Jackie's in that.
Yeah,
Aunt Jackie's in Uncle Buck.
yeah.
It's like
And
I
some
know
people,
she has a
some of them,
name. She
yeah,
has a
some of
real
them get,
name.
yeah, some of them get pissed off, like you were saying. Some of them get pissed off, like
Mhm.
they only think about him in that role. I never understood that, man. Like someone loves something that you did that much to love it, whether they only know that or not.
Yeah.
Who are you to give them shit about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's what they know you for. That's what made you money.
Yeah,
Like Daniel Radcliffe. Even though I don't think he's ever stated otherwise, but I'm sure he doesn't want to be referred to as Harry Potter all of his life, even though he's going to be because that's who he is. He was Harry Potter, and he still
yeah.
is, right?
But
And
that's the choice he made. You
yeah,
chose to be Harry Potter, and you knew
yeah,
that you're going to be Harry Potter the rest of your life. So
yeah. I mean, I know he's done other stuff, but it's like, dude, I know for a fact that you're still cashing checks from all was it 27 of those movies. That you know what I mean. So don't tell me you don't like being called Harry Potter. It's like, yeah, you should like it because I know I would. You know.
yeah, and it is better to get the physical
Hmm.
media of it. That's a good idea, man. A good point that you bring up because who knows if I'm getting a full episode when I'm watching it.
Yeah,
And that's
those.
right. I'm going to look into getting those. Good point.
That's the thing. I don't know. Like, not every show was put on VHS or even DVD for that matter. I know like a lot of shows were put on VHS back in the day. It
So
pretty
you don't think
pretty
there's
much
like a whole you don't think there's a whole Roseanne set
a VHS.
or DVD?
I mean, yeah, I know there is on DVD, but I don't know about VHS because back then
Well, I
they
mean,
really didn't do that. If they
no,
did, it was only like maybe 4 episodes from that season.
yeah.
2 episodes per tape or whatever.
I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind having some VHS, but I was thinking more along the lines of just
Hmm.
having the DVD so I can just
Yeah, I know
pop them in
they have them on
anywhere.
DVD. You definitely look, they pretty much put everything on DVD. I'm sure there
I'm
was a
gonna pick
few
those up.
shows they didn't, but I know I have all the Night Courts on DVD. I love Night Court.
Yeah, me too. That's
Yeah,
another show,
I have,
man.
yeah,
As soon as I
yeah.
hear that
So
music, I'm like, I feel like
yep.
I'm kid again, man.
Da, 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 da.
Bum,
Boom,
bum,
bam,
bum.
boo, 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 li, li, li. It's great. It's like it makes me happy.
Hmm.
Like immediately makes me happy.
That's something that, and this always sticks in my head ever since I'm a kid. When I first saw this episode, when he's like, I can't remember who he's talking to, Dan Fielding, and he's like, he introduces himself.
Yeah,
He's like,
Dan
I'm Dan,
Field.
Dan Fielding, and the guy's like, yeah,
Yeah.
hello, Dan Fielding.
Yep, that was the episode where his plane crashes in like Alaska somewhere, and
Yeah,
he
that's
gets
it.
rescued by this Inuit tribe, and like he has to perform, but they think he's a doc. No, his plane crashes, and he's traveling along with his doctor. who was going up there to perform an appendectomy on this girl, and like in the plane crash, no, I got it all wrong. I got it all wrong. Let me start over again. Dan was on a charter flight, and he crashes, and he ends up in this Inuit village, and he sees another plane passing by because he wants to get out of there, so he shoots a flare, but he shoots it right into the plane, so the plane crashes. This plane was carrying the doctor who was supposed to perform an appendectomy on this village girl, but he burns his hands, so the doctor can't do the surgery. So Dan Fielding has to do the surgery, by being talked through it, and it's just that was a two-parter. That was a big episode, a huge episode.
I'll always remember it because and it's obviously in the native voice. It says, "Hello, Dan Fielding."
Yep.
I'm Dan Fielding. Hello, Dan Fielding. I never forget that part, man.
Yeah, God, I just have that show. I just have that show memorized, man. God, yeah.
You know what? Always like, especially as I got older, I used to think to myself, when you start to see pictures and stuff here and there and everything.
Yeah.
What's her name? The lawyer, the blonde lawyer.
Marky Post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was her name in the show?
Christine Sullivan.
Yeah, Christine Sullivan. She looked like the way she dressed. She looked so like straight, like an old lady almost.
Well, yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? There was no I didn't find her she had much sex appeal at all.
You weren't supposed to. She was like a very wholesome.
That's what I'm saying.
But she does character. Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, and then you start seeing like pictures of her like in a bathing suit as you get older. Like, holy shit, man!
Yeah, yeah, she was hot, dude. She was hot. Yeah.
But you didn't catch that right away. You didn't catch that right away in the show,
No. Well, there was a Halloween episode of Night Court. It was the one where Harry dresses up like Mel Torme, where he just has like the picture on his, and but then Christine dresses up like a witch.
Yeah,
she's smoking hot because she has like her cleavage. It's just like wow. Yeah.
Yeah, like you that's what I'm saying. Like in little episodes and little scenes like that, you'd get a glimpse of it and you'd be like, holy smokes.
Yeah. Man, Dan Fielding wanted her so bad, didn't he? Like it was so funny. Like he was always hounding after her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember the one time
the Fall Guy I slightly remember because that's kind of like
the
beginning of my memories.
Yeah, me too. Like I watched it and I remember having like toys. Like I had the truck. Like they sold toys for it. But I don't remember a damn thing about it, It was like I watched it because my dad was watching it. Like that's I was just happened to be in the room. That's all I really remember. Like
same kind of here. I remember having the truck too. I had the toy and it was a pickup truck, right? Wasn't it like a Bronco or something?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but I think anyways. But I know I had like a toy of it, and I kind of remember what's his name?
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. I think it's Lee Majors. I can kind of remember his face on screen a little bit, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Like Battlestar Galacticas and everything. That's kind of like the beginning of my memory.
Yeah.
Buck Rogers.
Yep.
What's another early stuff there's early stuff that I remember like seeing very early, and then I continued watching like Johnny Quest.
Yeah. I know like Mork and Mindy is one of those shows. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Where it's like that's like one of the first things I remember watching.
Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Like we said, what's his name? Archie Bunker there, All in the Family or whatever.
I mean, I watched the Jeffersons. I watched them all the time. And
those were all on the edge of like the late 70s and early 80s for me. I was born in 75, right? So.
Yeah. Wow, we're old, Rob.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it.
It does happen. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Until somebody comes up with some way to stop that.
Yeah.
I think we're all rolling down that same old shitty river.
Yeah. Well, I don't, I mean, immortality, I don't think is a good thing because what's the point
I would respond, let me be the judge of that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, say if you're the only one out of all your friends and family that's going to live forever, that means you're going to watch them die one by one, and you're
Right.
going to be left alone.
Yes.
Which is why vampires are always such in a bad mood, because
Yeah.
they're bored, they're lonely. You
Hmm.
know, they've lived too long. You can live too long. You know, that's what it is. You know.
No, no, I totally get it, man. I understand, and I would like to experience living too long to find out.
Okay. Well, you've been. Yeah. I think if you were a vampire, I think eventually you would just walk right into the sun, like a nice
Yeah,
sunny
well,
day in June.
if I
Walk
can
right
check it that
outside,
way,
and
then maybe one day if I had to. But like I said,
just
I'd like to
checking
get
out.
tired of living first,
Yeah. I think you
because
would.
I can do some pretty good living, man. If I can live for a little bit
Yeah.
longer, I'd be doing some pretty good living, especially as a vampire, man. I'd be killing it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, you'd be killing it. And by the
and
way,
as you
vampires.
say, you see all your loved ones die, and yes, you do. That's not the nicest thing in the world, but at the same time, you have to remind yourself, I'm living forever, man. So I'm sorry. This is just the way it is, you know. It's
Yeah.
like Connor McLeod in the Highlander. He was like, well, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, I mean,
sorry,
his
baby.
life wasn't that easy, though, was it?
No, but yeah,
He pretty much had to be in hiding because people would realize that he something's not right with him. He pretty much
yeah,
like
but
in Death
that was
Becomes
for like
Her.
the first. That was like for the first part of it, like, because he didn't really know what he was involved in. So that makes
Right.
it when you don't know what you're involved in, that makes it a lot more stressful. But
Right.
if you know why you're doing, and you choose to do it, like if a
Right.
vampire showed up to me and said, "Rob, I'll turn you into a vampire right now," yes or no? I'm saying yes. Let's do it.
So you would feed on living human beings' blood to stay alive. You wouldn't have any problem with that.
No,
Really? You
I
sure?
feed on what I'll eat whatever the hell if I can live forever, I'll eat anything.
When's the last time you saw the Lost Boys?
I don't know, maybe
When? You broke up there
about a month ago.
about a month ago. And that didn't like deter you from becoming a vampire.
No, man. It
You
made me
don't.
want to
You
be
don't.
more.
You don't feel for Michael. Like,
No,
oh my God, I don't think I'd be able to butcher somebody alive either and throw him in a
no.
bonfire.
I feel more for felt more bad for David because he looked like a cool ass friggin' vampire, man. All this shit had to get screwed up. But yeah, man,
Oh man, Rob.
I watch vampire movies, and the one of the first things that intrigues me about watching vampire movies or any movies with this kind of thing involved is that they
Yeah,
live forever. And I love
you'd
that
love it.
opportunity. Give me the opportunity. I don't give a shit what I got to do. If I got to turn into a werewolf and tear some people apart a couple times a month, I'll do that. Whatever.
I don't know. I mean, what if it was like an American Werewolf in London, where the people that you slaughtered would haunt you? You know, telling you to kill yourself all the time. Would you? I mean, that's the thing.
Well, the
There's got to be
haunting
a
part,
drawback. That's all I'm
the
saying. There's
haunting
got to
part's
be a
not cool.
drawback.
I don't believe in ghosts,
No.
so
Yeah. Well, they believe in you. I mean, if that's the case, you know what I mean.
mm.
I mean, come on. If we're going to be outrageous like this, we might as well go all the way and
Yeah, you're
assume
right.
that there are ghosts.
Yeah, if I'm
And
going to be
you
a
know,
vampire or a werewolf, I have to assume there's ghosts.
I don't know.
I
I think I
guess.
would rather be.
I guess.
I
I don't
think I
know.
would rather, if I had to choose, I'd rather be a vampire, even though I'm clearly more of a werewolf man. But it's like a werewolf. That just seems a little bit like painful. You know what I mean? Like it just seems a
Yeah.
little.
That's what I was going
I
to
mean, at
say.
least,
I like werewolf too. I prefer werewolves over vampires also.
yeah.
But every time they show you a werewolf transforming, it looks like it hurts like a son of a
Mhm.
bitch.
Well, it would have to, wouldn't it? I mean, scientifically, that has to be very painful. When you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, think about it. Your teeth would have to like blast out of your head because like the other teeth's coming in, and like when you change back, you wouldn't have any teeth, right? They never
Yeah.
show that in the movies.
No,
I mean, your teeth wouldn't change. You know what I mean? Like,
magic,
so that's
magic, man.
interesting.
But a vampire, at least you got to go through the dying part at first when you first get bitten, and you get a
Mhm.
fever, you get the fever dreams and all that stuff like that. It's like it's like you stop smoking cigarettes for a while or whatever,
Yeah,
and then you wake up and you're like you don't feel nothing no more maybe, and I guess you're a little bit thirsty, but now you're like you can do whatever you want
yeah.
and you can do it as many times as you want to.
Well, I should say I'll play devil's advocate here. In the Lost Boys, speaking of the Lost Boys, it seems like Michael just, well, first of all, he didn't know what he was getting into. They never told him, hey, drink this, you'll become a vampire. They just gave him this, and he drank
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But I think like if he knew it, did it willingly, if he realized what he was getting into, and he actually like he played into it, he would have had a better time. But he
Yeah, for
didn't
sure he
make it
would have.
work. He didn't make the gimmick work, you know.
No.
And I think that's the problem. If
Yeah,
he,
he freaked out right away.
yeah. I mean, it's
And she
also
told
like
him though.
this.
She did tell him though. She whispered in his ear. She told him it was blood, and he was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
right."
he didn't believe, he should have believed her because everything was fantastical up to this point.
That's
He
right.
was eating maggots, and then suddenly it was rice again, and
And you're
the
sitting in a
worms.
cave. You're sitting in some kind of crazy
Yeah,
cave with some
yeah,
obviously not the normal looking people.
yeah. You're sitting in an ocean cave, and you think everything's okay. Like what is wrong with you?
Now these people are claiming to live there,
Yeah,
and you're just hanging out, and she tells you it's blood, and you're like, yeah, whatever.
yeah. Because at that point, I'm going to believe anything you tell me because
Oh
it's
yeah,
like obviously everything's on the table. You know what I mean? Sure. I would have just said, hey, no thanks, guys.
yeah. I
Because
don't. I
hey,
mean, I don't. I'm not happy about having to drink blood. Like I don't want to drink blood in any way, shape, or form.
you know,
But I mean,
and,
if I just have to chomp on someone's neck for a couple of minutes and let
yeah,
whatever happens, and then after that I can wipe off my face and I can live
yeah,
forever again. I mean, I'll do it. For me, it's small price to pay.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of specificities here when it comes to vampire lore. Where, uh, like to become a vampire, you have to drink their blood and have it become part of your blood. Like, say if a
Right.
vampire just bites you and like sucks your blood, like you're just gonna die. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. You don't become a vampire. Technically, you have to drink their blood too in order to become a vampire, right?
Yeah. Well, there's
Sometimes
different things because they show it sometimes where if they bite you to a
mhm,
certain extent, then you become
it's
a vampire. But if they
it's
bite you too
different for
long, you die.
yeah, it's different for every movie. Like every movie has their own lore, but I think according to Bram Stoker's Dracula, to become a vampire, you have to like drink his blood, and like he bite whatever. But there's that too. Also, it's like a wooden stake through the heart doesn't do shit. Like you have to like put it so it like it's nailed to the ground, then chop their head off and put a clove of garlic in their mouth. That's how you kill a vampire. They never really include that in any vampire lore. It's just stake through the heart, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Well, I
mean,
mean, like I'm staying away from all that shit. So that's my number one
but,
thing. As soon as I become a vampire, I'm not letting anybody do any of those things to me.
well, according to the Lost Boys, garlic doesn't do anything. Garlic doesn't work. It's just like it's a
No.
myth. So I mean, who knows what will really be true?
Yeah, but
But the
and
point
also
is,
in the Stoker Dracula, they walk in a day.
do they?
Yeah, Dracula's out in a day. He's only being shade though.
Yeah. Oh, he
He's
burns
after
so
he's
easy.
chasing Winona Ryder all day long.
Yeah. Oh, they were shopping.
Yeah,
They were having a day.
yeah.
Oh, Dracula burns so easy. I got to be in the shade.
It
What a
has
sissy.
got to be shaded, like even in the
Yeah.
movie
Okay.
Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Hmm.
I like that movie. Anyway, when she turns him into a vampire, right? And then when he
Yeah.
comes back, he can go out during the day, but he keeps the umbrella above him and stays in the
Oh,
shade.
the parasol.
Yeah,
It's
you
very
just can't be
classy.
in direct sunlight. Like,
Right. I know they. Well, and by the way, vampires drink blood because they need vitamin D, and since they can't go in the sunlight, they can't get it naturally. That's why they drink blood. Just letting a little science there.
I don't think that's the only reason, though, isn't it?
I want to say it is.
Doesn't it have something to do with the curse also? Like the curse of that's the reason why I don't know. It's got something to do with blood some way, and some I don't.
But
I'm not an expert on
this
it.
this conversation's over.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of lore to it. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like sometimes crucifixes work, sometimes they don't work. Holy water works,
You
then
gotta
sometimes it
believe in them.
doesn't work. Garlic doesn't work. Garlic does work. It's like, hey, they can be killed by having a wooden stake driven through their heart, but also, so can we. It's like it's not like really a special way to die. Like anybody can die that way. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
this,
thing,
yeah,
the thing about werewolves too is that you never like they never show you a movie where the guy can control like it. They turn into more wolf than man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would rather be more man with. I'd rather be like
You'd rather be a
you
Lon
know
Chaney version.
yeah I'd rather be just a little bit more man than and be wolfly, but like the drunken werewolf. And I'm still a man, but I'm a
Yeah,
wolf. You know.
yeah.
Most
Well, that
movies it's the other way around. It's mostly wolf, and he's like maybe shaped like a man, maybe, but he's still wolf.
it's well, that's like the Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr., and then there's of course Werewolf in London, where it's like their clothes don't rip. They look great. Like this werewolf is very fashionable. Teen Wolf is a good example of that. He plays basketball. He's wearing a basketball
That's what I'm
uniform.
talking about. Teen Wolf is the kind of werewolf I'm talking about. One that's still
Yeah,
social. He can still be social.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like the Wolfman there with
yeah,
what's his name? Benicio del Toro's Wolfman
yeah.
is
That was more bestial.
yeah, he's more of a beast, and he can't. Or the Wolfman from Monster Squad. He's
Right,
still got his
Monster
pants
Squad.
and shirt on, but
Yeah.
he's not really. He's still mostly wolf mentally.
Mhm. I would
You
say
know?
that the most realistic, like lycanthropic movie would have to be an American Werewolf in London, because I mean that guy goes through complete hell. It's almost like it's a disease. You know what I mean? Because it's like when it happens, he's in extreme pain. You know what I mean? And his
Yeah.
his body changes. Doesn't have any clothes on. Like it rips all of his clothes off because his body changes. It's like that's what would pretty much happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vamp you.
Yeah.
I think that's like a vampire college movie.
Lauren Hutton can bite him anytime.
Oh my. Oh yes.
Hey, Crusher, what's happening, man?
Crushes movies and games. I'm going to
Crusher's here.
crush you.
So
Hey,
it's a
there's
horror
Horrorcat
guy.
Dad. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, no, they always make the werewolf like look like it's something you don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks just like I don't know, and they always sort of. I mean, I'm sure there's got to be downsides to being a vampire as well, but they never really show that. You know what I mean? So, like
Well,
to
you
me,
never
it's like
seen.
okay, if I'm going to be a vampire, it means I get to turn into a very young, hot Kiefer Sutherland. Okay, where do I sign up? You know what I mean? It
That's what
seems
I'm
like
saying.
it certainly improves my fashion sense. I can tell you
Yeah.
that, because every vampire is like really suave. You
Yes.
know, even Paul Rubens in Buffy the Vampire Slayer was sexy. It's like
Yes, they
okay,
usually are.
how do it's like that's what being a vampire is. You become sexy.
Yes.
You know,
So obviously you're going to take that over being like a crazy beast wolf man that you can't control.
I mean, yeah, that yeah, it's like yeah.
Never seen
Well,
Teen Wolf. You got to check out Teen Wolf, my man.
that's another new person checking in. A lot of new people here tonight.
Yeah,
I like it.
Arc
Thanks for checking
Time
in, everybody.
in Silva.
You never seen Teen Wolf?
Arc
That's
Team
interesting.
Me in Silva. I don't know.
Well, I should say
Bad with saying names.
definitely, you should watch it. But
Vampire University film. Yeah, Vamp You. Okay.
Vampire College, uh, Teen Wolf. I would watch it. Don't watch it expecting like a werewolf movie, because
Oh
technically
no.
it's not really a werewolf movie. It's a basketball movie. It's a
Yes.
basketball movie that has a werewolf in it.
Yes.
So, but definitely watch it. It's a good watch, especially if
And
you're a
it's
Michael J.
definitely an
Fox fan.
'80s movie in a way of which they threw like it's a teen basketball. It's about a teen in a basketball movie, and they
Hmm.
threw the werewolf in there like
Yeah,
one of the dramatic things that happens to him throughout the movie.
sure. I mean, as
Yeah.
if being a teenager wasn't hard enough. Now this
He's
guy's a
also a
werewolf.
werewolf,
Yeah.
and that's '80s style, man. Like '80s movies,
Oh
like they
yeah.
have crazy things like that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Because I watched it again recently. I remember loving it as a kid, because I mean, I'm a Michael J. Fox fan. I always will.
same here.
Always will be.
Same here.
I liked it as a kid, but I watched it again. I was like, you know what, this movie's it's not as good as I remember it being. Like it's like I think there's a lot of romance involved with that, a lot of sentiment to where like you watch it now. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a
I
basketball movie.
no, I hear you. I still
It's
like
like
it
it's
though.
like it's like Hoosiers with a werewolf in it. That's what it's like. You know.
but it's got those 80s elements
Yeah,
of it that I like. So
it's
I still love, like, I love
it,
Styles, man. I
oh
love his
yeah,
credit
yeah,
Styles.
the Wolfmobile.
I want to
Yeah.
get it. I want to make T-shirts. I want to make Drunken Werewolf T-shirts, like the Wolf T-shirts that he made in that
Oh,
movie.
dude, that's a great idea. You got to
I
do
want
that.
I want to get a T-shirt that says, "What are you looking at, Dick Nose?" Or does it say, "What are you staring at, Dick Nose?" Or whatever.
Yeah, you got to do that, man.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, you also got to get a suit like he had when he went to the prom. Was it prom
Yeah,
or homecoming? Whatever dance they went to, that suit was slick.
yeah, man. I
White
love.
suit,
I don't know why they couldn't get the same styles in part two, because that would have made part two a lot better.
part two. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because they had style. They had styles in part two with Jason Bateman. He's a boxer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's with Styles, but it's a whole nother dude to play Styles.
Like, how couldn't they get that guy? What else was that guy doing?
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
really? I mean, they
Yeah,
got the dad. The dad's in it. You know,
a bit like Space Jam in a way.
Spice
Yeah,
Jam. Again, look at the autocorrect.
Spice Jam.
The autocorrect letting everybody down on the chat. Why?
I
This
think that's a
happens every
different.
week.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Spice Jam is an adult movie with a crossover of Space Jam and Spice Girls.
I'm sure it does exist. There's probably 4 of them. That's like Spice
Space
Jam
Jam.
3.
Yeah, Teen Wolf 2. I enjoyed people. A lot of people shit on that movie, but I like it.
Well, the
But if
thing is,
it was the
it
original Styles in it, it would have been
yeah,
just that much better.
it's. I mean, in all fairness, a lot of people, pretty much everybody, looked at that movie like it was a sequel. Like, this is, Teen Wolf Part 2. It's got to be Michael J. Fox because it's the same character, obviously, right? No, it's not the same character. It's his cousin.
Oh, his cousin.
It's like it's a different guy. So it's like it's
It's in the
I've
family.
always said that. I've always said this. I do a whole episode about the psychology of sequels. How sequels a lot of times don't work because the viewers don't know how to take them. It's all based on assumptions, and it's all how they're marketed. It's all how they're
Right.
made and portrayed. How
Mhm.
the audience is going to handle a sequel. It's the same thing with Predator 2. Why a lot of people hate that movie because it's not really a sequel, is it? It's just another
No.
Predator movie.
Yes.
But it's marketed as a sequel because it says, well, Predator 2. Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And even though, in all fairness, again, Teen Wolf 2 isn't technically Teen Wolf 2, it's Teen Wolf as well.
Also,
This guy's a Teen Wolf as well. That's what it
yeah,
says.
yeah.
But it's a
Teen
play
Wolf
on
also.
words. Yeah. It's a play on words, much like Look Who's Talking Too. Where
That's
it's
right.
like, look who's talking also. It's like, so sequels are weird. They're tricky beasts. And no, I didn't particularly enjoy Teen Wolf 2, maybe because I did the same thing where I thought it was going to be, which is natural to think it's a, part 2, but it's not,
Mhm.
you know.
No, it's just a movie that's kind of like the first one.
Yes, it's, just kind of, it's a spin-off, really.
Yeah,
It
because
should
his
have been a
father's in
TV
it.
movie.
His
Yeah, the
father's in
father's
it.
for no reason. Why is the
And his
father in it?
the
It's
father's
like,
in it. He drops him off at school. He's the one, like, helping out the cousin. Like, he drops
yeah.
him off at school, gives him a couple of bucks and stuff. And
So my point is, they could get that guy to to reprise his character, but they couldn't get the guy who played Styles.
nope,
What was he doing?
I
I
don't
haven't seen him
know.
in anything else since Teen Wolf. What
I
is he
think I've
too
seen him.
busy?
He's in something else, and I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is. I was thinking
Sure,
about
it's
it the other day.
terrible.
He is in something else that we know of. I just can't remember what it is right now.
I'm sure it's bullshit. And it's like Wolf 2. All right, I'm
The
going to blame
Netflix, the
him.
Van Helsing series. I didn't check out the Van Helsing series, but I like
No,
the
I
Hugh
didn't either.
Jackman one. I don't mind the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing. It's
I didn't.
entertaining.
I didn't think it was bad. However, I know that like early 2000 movies, and I talk about this a lot on my channel. Early 2000 movies have this habit of being like over the top action, but not like really in a good way. And here's why: because it's all CGI bullshit, and I hate CGI like so much, especially early 2000 CGI. Because for some reason, I don't know why this is. After Jurassic Park, 1993, mind you,
Hmm.
CGI
Got worse.
was going downhill. Like, how did that work? How does the first examples of CGI, one of the first examples of CGI, look like 1,000 times better than modern CGI? That doesn't make any sense to me. And that's very prevalent in early 2000 films. Like, everything has this crappy CGI in it. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree with
everything
you.
everything in Van Helsing should have been practical effects. There's no reason why there was CGI. Everything essentially, everything was CGI.
Yeah, because it's
Why?
probably cheaper and easier.
That's and you can tell that the audience can tell that. I didn't mind the movie. I thought it was okay. I will say that the video game for PS2 and Xbox was better than the movie, which is usually not the case for
Oh, that's cool.
video games based on movies. That was like the opposite effect. It was like the video game is actually better than the movie. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
definitely loaded. It's definitely loaded with CGI. But
Oh yeah,
I
this
mean,
doesn't
sometimes
have to
when
be.
when they're dealing with all like so much fantasy and stuff like that, I guess you kind
Mhm.
of give it a pass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know,
The only
man.
movie basketball movie you've seen is Space Jam and Six Man. Any basketball recommendations?
Uh, well, besides Teen Wolf, I mean, Teen Wolf's my number one basketball. You can see Blue Chips. That's a good movie.
Oh yeah, Blue Chips. Yeah,
I think is that the one that's about smoking crack and playing college basketball?
I think so.
That
Isn't
might be.
there one with?
Yeah.
Isn't uh, Kevin Bacon in one called The Air Up There?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that one?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure Kevin Bacon was in that. I
Yeah,
never
The Air
saw
Up
it though.
There.
I remember it. Teen Wolf.
White Man
Don't.
Can't Jump. If you haven't seen White Man Can't Jump,
Oh, of
that's a good
course.
one.
Yeah, white man can't jump. Yeah.
Above
Um.
the Rim. There's another movie.
Uh.
I like that he had Oingo Boingo in the soundtrack. Yeah, I love Oingo Boingo.
Oh yeah.
That's another thing about Tough Turf, man. Oingo Boingo is playing in
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah. The thing is, if you like Danny Elfman music, there's no reason why you shouldn't like Oingo Boingo because a lot of
Oh,
people don't know that's his band. He's in that.
that's right.
He's in Back to School. Play that. That's him singing.
That's
That's
right.
Oingo Boingo. Um,
You want to see Kate Beckinsale? I know, man. I hear you to Sparkstron. I'll watch if she's in
yeah,
there. I watched even that shitty Total Recall movie. The only
yeah.
thing good about, and we
Well,
talked about this before.
yeah. You like cake. You like you some Beckinsale, don't you? And the white
Yeah,
cotton panties. Yep,
yeah, and those white panties. That's the only thing good about the
yep,
movie, though. That's the
yeah.
only good thing.
Hey,
The
Michael
Air Up There.
Myers. There's
Kevin
Michael
Bacon. There
Myers.
it is. Yeah, Mike
A
Myers,
couple
man.
comments ago to the guy's name we can't
Oh, there
pronounce.
you go.
Uh, he had mentioned the Teen Wolf show that was on MTV. You
Yeah.
familiar with this, Rob?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't watch it. It's crap. Don't watch it. Yeah. Crushers. I thought it was the other guy.
I'm
Name we
pretty
couldn't
sure I've
pronounce.
seen this. I'm pretty sure I've seen it already.
It's not. It's not Teen Wolf. It's just about this teenage werewolf, which technically it is Teen Wolf, I guess. But to
Oh
have
no,
that
that
franchise,
yeah, no, I did not watch that because of that. Yeah,
it's just like a Twilight bullshit, like romance. It's like, come on, give me a break. It's just like
yeah,
a teeny bopper show.
yeah. I
There
saw
really
that.
is. Yeah, it's not like the movie at all.
No, I'm
Don't worry
watching
about
that.
that show.
Not
Yeah,
even going nowhere near that shit.
yeah. But the cartoon show, the Saturday morning Teen Wolf cartoon show,
Yeah,
definitely
that I
watch
know.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was good.
watch that.
Yeah,
That ran for 4 seasons. You know that? That's long for a Saturday morning cartoon show.
yeah. That's a pretty good run. I
That's
mean,
like
it's
an
not the
eon.
best, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
4 seasons, 4 years of it.
Hey man, TV's hard. When you're good 4 seasons. Oh my god,
Mm.
it was a hit.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't really
Facts
think of any
happen.
other. I can't think of any other basketball movies.
Uh, the
I really
Basketball
can't.
Diaries, but that's not about basketball.
No, I guess it isn't it? It's not really, is it?
Not
Can't
really.
think of any. So yeah, I mean, Teen Wolf. Exactly, Michael Myers. It's crap. It's no.
No,
Uh,
I guess they took the name.
yeah,
I
I
hate
mean,
that.
yeah. I mean, Teen Wolf, Hoosiers, Blue Chips, White Man Can't Jump. I think we mentioned all the basketball movies you really need to see.
Above the Rim, like I said, there's one above the
Yeah,
rim
Above the Rim. That's another one.
that was popular.
Yeah,
They're up there. Is about it.
yeah.
There's a good many suggestions anyway. Space Jam, yeah, Space Jam.
Well, of course, Space Jam. I think it just goes without saying. Space
Yeah,
Jam
well, he had already seen Space Jam, so he wasn't looking
or
for that.
Spice Jam.
Spice
I
Jam.
also watched Spice Jam. Yeah, lots of anal on that.
Coach Kata? Ah, well, yeah, that's a basketball movie. That's right.
Mm.
Like Mike. Yeah, that's what. Wasn't that with like Little Bow Wow?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember the name,
I think it's
but
Little Bow Wow. They're a little rapper that was supposed to be like Snoop Dogg's nephew or something.
hold
He
on.
was
I
in
gotta
that.
swab the deck, Rob.
Yeah, go
Oh,
swab the deck,
Airbud.
buddy.
What are we thinking, Rob?
Airbud.
Airbud. What are we thinking? Yes,
Escape from
watch
L.A.
Airbud. Yeah,
Escape from L.A. had a basketball scene in it. That's right.
I'm still talking about Airbud. Do you know there was one time where Airbud actually joined the commentating booth on like a playoff game for the NBA? You ever see that?
Oh, no,
It was like a promotional gimmick, and it was literally
no,
the dog. He had
that's
headphones
crazy.
on. I'm serious. He had
That's
headphones on
crazy.
with like the mic, and like the guy had the other the other commentator was there, asking him questions about what he like. What do you think's gonna
Did the
happen?
dog answer?
He keeps barking.
Oh,
He like barks. Like I'm serious. He does commentary for the basketball game.
that's
It's
crazy.
ridiculous. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's you
I have to
look it
check
up.
that out,
I'm
man. That's
serious.
funny.
Yeah, it's Airbud does. It was
I
like
like
an
that.
important game too. It was like a huge game. It was tremendous. Anyway, I got to swap the deck real quick. I'll be right back, folks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we were
have.
just talking about the Teen Wolf cartoon series. I remember that one. If it's involving like the original Teen Wolf, you know, story and movie and everything, but once you see something in 2020 something labeled Teen Wolf, I knew right from the title that ain't going to be something I'm watching. You really gotta pick and choose, man. Even the Chucky, when the new Chucky show came out, I was like, nah. And I gave it a chance because my uncle liked it. And it's not that bad. I mean, there's some stuff in there that I wouldn't put in there, but it was not that bad. Double Team, yeah, is a terrible Van Damme movie, but has nonstop basketball lines just because Rodman's in it. Yeah, that is like that movie is, and a lot of it's coming from Rodman. But I mean, the whole thing is cheesy as hell. The VHS cover is pretty cool though because it's got the dual covers. The one side is Van Damme in the front and Rodman behind him, and the other side is Rodman in the front and Van Damme behind him. Two different colors. It's pretty cool. Basketball, yeah, basketball, basketball. That's what's those dudes there? The South Park dudes, right? Yeah, that movie was funny. Those guys are retarded. Comic genius, those guys, man. Some of the not that movie. I remember that movie being all right, but some of the South Park stuff, man, it's just like Team America. Any fans of Team America out there? That movie is like comic genius. It kills me. Well, I think they were probably. You don't know why they wanted to use the Teen Wolf name. I think they were probably trying. They probably knew how shit it was, and they're probably trying to cash in on anybody who wanted to remember Teen Wolf name. Try to hit them with the retro feel, and then slide them some kind of new shit, and hopefully they like it. But no, it's just a recipe for disaster, man. I don't watch anything new anymore. Shows, movies, unless I have a friend or somebody who strongly recommends it to me, or if I catch it myself and it looks good, which is rare. Most things look like shit. So I don't really. I spend most of my time watching old shit, rewatching old shit. Hopefully, Captain didn't fall off the side of the ship. He's having beers. I don't know if he took any shots today. Let's ask him when he gets back if he took any shots. What's he cooking for supper on a? What does the captain eat on a VHS pirate ship for supper? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. So what's this? Basement All was hilarious. Oh yeah, you have to see Orgasmo. However, Orgasmo. I've seen that one too. Basketball, I think it is, eh? That's the name. Basketball. This is like baseball, but basketball at the same time, or something like that. It's been a while. Orgasmo, yeah. Evening, Mike. Oh, there we go. I didn't see Mike was in here. There you go. What up, man? Oh, you went and seen Thanksgiving, did you? I see some people putting out their reaction videos and stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering about that movie.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know, looks pretty good. You know.
I haven't besides what I just came across scrolling around here and there, but I didn't really check it out too deeply yet. So, but I mean, I'll check it out. No matter if it's going to be good or bad, I'll still check it out.
Watch this, Rob. Watch. Oh,
Very nice. I like that
yeah,
trick.
magic.
I'm guessing the basketball always had something to do
Yeah,
with basketball, or maybe not. No, not really. Well, it did, but it
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. It's like it. You know, it really doesn't, does it? You know,
No.
just like Teen Wolf doesn't really have much to do with a werewolf. It's a basketball movie. Oh, it's a coming of age film. If you're a werewolf, if you're a werewolf, yes.
Maximum Overdrive T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Happy Toys delivering another load of joy. Yeah, here comes another load of joy.
Action Jackson's a fun movie. What's your favorite action movies to own on VHS?
Well, I would like to get Action Jackson. Speaking of that, that's like my next to get. I asked Santa Claus for it.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, yeah, look at that.
Cereal.
I'd eat it. Sure.
That's what it is. It's a cereal box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Great movie, dude. Great movie.
I'll go off the top of my head. One of my favorite VHS action movies. I have so many of them. Any Arnie movie.
Would you? Should they count though? Because that's a little unfair for the other movies. Because obviously they're going to be the favorites, right? So maybe we should do like non-Arnie action movies, or Stallone for that matter, because it's a little unfair.
Well, then, so then you're pulling a bunch of people out the list. Though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. My favorite action movie, I would say Commando. You know,
Cannibal the Musical. That was terrible.
Have you ever seen that, Rob?
I'm not sure.
It's from the guys at the
South Park guys.
Yeah, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
I mean, maybe I did, man.
It's really funny. Oh, you didn't like it? Mike Miles didn't like it? Oh,
you thought it was terrible.
Well, everyone's a critic. Everyone has their opinion. I would like to get that on VHS.
Captain looks like he's on the set of Blair Witch Project.
Mm-hmm. I am. Oh wait, wrong way. Oh,
yeah, that way. You should have researched that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, what's happening, man?
Hey, Mikey's here. Hey, Mikey.
His heart's as full as a baked potato.
Yeah. How's the tune go? My heart is full. I can't remember I gotta watch it again. Yeah. VHS Mikey, let's take a since he chimed in, let's take a side note here. We'll get back to the action movies, but anybody out there hasn't subscribed to him on YouTube or liked him on Facebook, do it now. You won't regret it. He has great videos. His
Yes, he
newest
does.
video is a like a mail call. He does like a stuff that people sends him, and he shows you what he got and talks about a lot. He gets a lot of great stuff. One of them was what he talks about is he got a copy of History of Violence, which in the VHS community is rather coveted because it is what is known as what people always make this mistake, and Mikey points this out in the video, the last VHS ever produced. Now,
Hmm.
that's not true. It isn't the last. There's still VHS being popped out to this day. But what people always leave out when they assume it's the last VHS, it's the last commercially produced VHS by a major distributor.
Right.
That's the gimmick with that. That's what it is. That's the
Yeah.
last they were doing major runs of VHS as a prime media, and that's the thing. It's not the last VHS. There's companies still making VHS. They're just not major studios.
No, exactly.
There's people like Lunch Meat. There's people like Crucial Blast. Uh, there's a whole bunch of small distributors that
Yeah.
still put out VHS. So yeah, it's a bit of a myth,
Recommendo.
but that doesn't help the price on the market for A History of Violence. So I'm glad Mikey got one because that movie's ridiculous to get a hold of.
Wasn't it the last VHS ever?
Well, no. I mean, it was and it wasn't. Like I said, it was the last commercially produced VHS from a major distributor.
Yeah, but he don't got the Judge 3D.
That's exactly right. Mikey would probably really love that. Mikey, definitely when you get a chance later, watch the beginning of the show. Rob pulls out something that's absolutely unbelievable, and no, it's not his wiener.
No, not tonight.
Unfortunately, it's not his
Not this
wiener.
time.
Not this time. It's a VHS tape that I think you'll get a kick out of. Good stuff.
What the?
What was that?
My dog's shaking and whacking his tail against the wall.
Oh,
Such a
is he
pain in the
okay?
ass, that dog. Oh yeah, he's fine. He was just like, I don't know, shaking himself off.
What kind of dog? What kind of dog is it?
He's a mixed. He's the father was Pit Bull and Labrador, and the mother was Beagle and
Joe
Jack Russell.
Collins. Oh,
So he looks
I
like a
guess
large. He looks like a large wishbone
really.
dog. Yeah.
Does he reenact classic literature for you?
No.
Damn it!
He does
Have
roll
you-
over though.
I haven't. Well, okay, that's good enough. I have yet to find a dog who'll act out Robin Hood for me.
There's a movie called VHS. Yeah, I ran a few
Yeah.
of on video. That wasn't a big movie. Did Rob drink coffee? No, Rob did not drink coffee.
No, Rob hates coffee.
Why would you assume Rob drank coffee, Mikey?
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, he's got a little
Oh yeah, a
thingy
little
over
accent
the
thing
one
right
O.
there. The accent aigu.
Yeah.
There's a ghost in the room.
Yes, there is. Rob, would it be asking too much to put that dog on camera right now?
My dog?
Yeah. No, my dog.
Your dog? Where's your dog at?
No, your
I'll
dog.
I'll pop him up. Oh, okay, hold on. You're gonna get a kick out of this because he's also wearing a diaper,
Oh, why?
and he wears a diaper and he wears suspenders to hold the diaper up.
What is going on?
He wears a
Why?
diaper. He wears a diaper because he almost died, and I spent
What?
like almost $20,000 saving his life, and he had an operation that damaged his urethra. So now he drips urine all the time. So in the house we got new floors and stuff. So he has to wear a diaper, and I had to get suspenders to hold the diaper on.
No kidding.
I'll see if I can get him in here. Shogun.
Wow.
He's also deaf.
really.
He's deaf, so he doesn't hear me. So
You know what, Rob? I'm sorry I said anything because this is a big downer. Wow.
he's
I'm
14.
sorry.
He's going on 14 years old. He's deaf.
I'm sorry.
Come here. I'll see if I can get him up here. It's like, hold on. Come here.
Whoops.
Come here. Hey, come here. Hold on, let me. Hold on. Come up here. Come see me. Come up here.
Oh, look. Look at him. Oh, look at him. He loves you. Oh, you're muted. Eat. Oh, look. He's got a little he looks like Lord Humongous from Road Warrior with his little suspenders. Oh, see. You're muted. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There. His diaper's on. That's a suspender.
Yeah. Oh, he looks like a double dragon enemy. Oh, look at him. Look at his little. Look at the spot on. Oh.
Okay, go. Okay, go. Careful.
Wow, that was a star. Shogun?
Yeah.
That was the star of the show right there, man. Fuck us.
Yeah. So ever since he got sick, and ever since the operation, he doesn't leave my side. He follows me everywhere I go. He goes in the bathroom with me.
Really?
Yeah. Here, take your treat. Take your treat and beat it. And all he does is cry all day.
Really?
I
do
he just
too.
whines. He whines at me all day for food or attention, for me to touch him, to be inside my pocket.
He loves you, Rob.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah, that's him.
Wow. Thanks. That was cool.
Let's see if I can catch up on the chat here. No, he's not a mix of bulldog and Shih Tzu.
Bullshit, Sue.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because he's named Shogun because this is my daughter's dog, by the way. My daughter's dog, who she left with me and moved out, and now he's my pain in the ass. But anyway, she named him Shogun because when I was younger, when I was in my teens, I had a pit bull. I had a purebred pit bull terrier, American pit bull terrier. His name was Shogun, and he was a great dog, man, and like a gentle dog. I raised him beautifully, and he had much love and stuff like that. And then one day, when my mother calling me, I was at a friend's house. My mother called me and telling me that I had to come home because my dog was like acting funny. So I'm like, what? And I go home and I walk into the house and my mother's there and my sister's there and my brother's there. And I can see the dog walking around and I can see him looking at my sister and I can tell if something's wrong with him.
Yeah.
I can tell he's looking at my sister, man. And he's like looking at her funny. And I'm like, what the hell? And my sister's young. At this time, she's probably like, I don't know, maybe like 10 years old or something like that. Or maybe young. I don't know, something like that. And I tried to get her to give him a dog, like a cookie and stuff. And he would come over and he was like taking it from the side of his mouth, like he didn't want to go near her. And then I kept seeing him going like after her and kind of like, and my mother said he tried to go after her when I wasn't home. And so all just like that, he just decided he didn't like my sister, man. And he was like, and I brought him outside for a while. I brought him back in, tried to see how he was feeling, and right away I can tell he's looking at my sister like he wants to get after her.
Wow.
Yeah, and that same night, I had to go to the SPCA and bring him in, and I tried to lie and get him. I tried to put him up for adoption, but I thought that's not probably the best thing to do either, in case he bites somebody.
Right.
So I just told them what happened, and then they decided they took him and they put him down that night.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, man. All in one night, I had to come home, get my dog. I had him he was just about. I had him almost 2 years. He was under 2 years old.
And he just changed like that.
He just changed like that, man. It just, I don't know I don't know what it is. He didn't want it. He didn't like my sister no more. I can see it in his face. And I had to grab him, stop him a couple of times from going to grab her and bite her hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell, man?
Something switched in his head. A lot of dogs can get like that. I know German Shepherds could be like that when they're puppies. They're like really friendly, but when they get to a certain age, they become all business. And you better not fuck around. Well, that's horrible.
Yeah, so I had that was a pretty traumatized. That's the last time I had any animals of my own.
Yeah, that's.
And then my daughter and her mother fought me tooth and nail to get this dog, and then my daughter took off and left him with me.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're taking care of it. Seems like you're.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it cost me money, man. But I mean, like it's part of a family now. You know, he's my daughter's dog, and
Well, welcome to the live stream, everyone. Hopefully, we didn't. This didn't bring everybody down.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
anyways.
here's the Garfield Thanksgiving special on
Oh,
VHS.
nice.
Yeah, look at that.
I love that. It's the Thanksgiving
Family.
one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, Thanksgiving's this week, and
Yeah.
you know, it's from Video View in Tampa, Florida.
Mm-hmm. Tampa, Florida. Huh.
Yeah,
That moved around, eh?
it sure did. Yeah.
Huh. Thank you, Charcy.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was a,
No,
it was
it's
a rough ride. But
yeah, that's interesting. What was the chances that your sister was a vampire, just like in the Lost Boys when Nanook attacks Michael?
there,
Was
you
there
know,
any chance of that happening?
there could have been a chance of that. But you know what my sister looked like, eh? Growing up, she looked exactly when she was young.
Yeah.
Like she looked exactly like the blonde girl from Poltergeist. She had long blonde hair like that. She wore the white baby doll,
Yeah.
like white nightgowns. The
Yeah.
bangs cut straight across like this, straight blonde hair. That's what my sister looked like when she was young.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I really thought you were going to say Nosferatu at first. And it all adds up, doesn't it? Yeah. Heather O'Rourke.
I don't know. I know she always. I remember she didn't like the dog. She was young though. She was like I said, she was probably 10 years old, maybe even younger.
Maybe the dog just decided it didn't like kids. Some dogs don't like kids.
Yeah,
They just
and
don't
I
like
guess
them.
maybe she was always giving them shit, and maybe I don't know, maybe smacking them I don't know what. But I mean, the dog was always with me and always well taken care of. Like my mother used to dog peanut butter and jam toast, and the dog. My dog had, for Christ's sake, he had acne. I brought him to the vet because he had bubbles on his chin, and the vet told me he has acne.
Yeah.
You feed your dog. You feed your dog human food. I'm like, if I have a hamburger, the dog has a hamburger. So.
Yeah.
You know, he had acne. We treated him great. When I brought him to the vet said he was like one of the most calmest pit bulls she had ever seen. And then one day,
that's weird. Well, that's weird. Well, let's stop talking about this. This is bringing everybody down. I'm sorry that
cases because they don't have many of them here in the UK. That's right. You guys got all those clamshells.
Yeah, isn't that weird how that happens? But well, I'm jealous of all you guys' VHS releases because they're completely different. Like they have different cover art, different layouts, different everything. Yeah. You know, it's
a whole other world of it.
Yeah, but you know, we had a topic today, and we haven't even got to it yet. We haven't even broached the subject. We wanted to talk about today, folks. What movies were you clearly too young to watch when you first saw them? There's a lot for me.
We're supposed to be talking about. We did 2.5 hours of not talking about that.
We talked about everything else. We love talking about everything else. But I know, especially growing up in the 80s, pretty much every 80s movie that's deemed kid-friendly was anything but. Like, there was a lot of movies that I saw that I should have seen, but I shouldn't have seen because they were just too weird or too freaky or too creepy or whatever. One that comes to mind is The Never-Ending Story, a movie that I absolutely cannot stand because I watched it recently. I'm like, you know what? I don't even really like this movie very much. But as a kid, that movie terrified me. Lots of creepy imagery. Of course, the horse scene. I mean, you know, Artex and Atreyu's tragedy in the swamp is like what really. It's your first example of heartbreak in the real world. Of course, the Sphinx scene with the knight on the horse getting fried. You know, it's just like everything in the labyrinth. Like I was never comfortable watching it because I'm like, this is not a kids movie. Yet it was a kids movie.
Yeah,
that was the beauty of the '80s. Things were marketed to kids that really shouldn't have been. So that comes to mind. That's my example.
I love that.
What about you, Rob?
Oh man, when you brought up that topic, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I don't even know what this. There's so many movies that I've watched that I wasn't supposed to be watching.
Yep.
But I mean, ones especially that if you want to talk about ones that were kind of heavy, that I remember being heavy on my heart. Like I remember that horse scene was crazy.
Yeah.
When Optimus Prime died in the Transformers movie.
Of course. Yep.
When Mickey dies in Rocky 3.
Mm-hmm.
That scene right there, I even to this day when I watch that scene, I get
teary-eyed. I turn it over or I fast forward it. Like I don't want to watch it. Like I know what happens. Don't need to see it.
That's what
Let's
I'm
just
saying.
get
That's
on
a
with it.
heavy scene, man.
Yeah.
Rocky 3 is my favorite Rocky out of all of them.
Yeah.
And
Well.
that scene is the heaviest scene in the whole in the whole series by far.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, of course. See, I'm excluding 4 because everybody loves 4. That's usually everybody's favorite. I don't want to include that because that's like an obvious one. I would say
Mm.
3 is my favorite as well. You know,
Mine is
3 is my favorite.
mine's 3 out of all of them. I mean, I like all of them. Obviously, I love all of them, but
Even 5.
3.
You like 5?
Yeah, I
The
don't
de-
mind it.
the depressing Rocky 5. That
Yeah,
would
well,
get
it is
depressing,
depressing,
dude.
but I mean, I like it better than Balboa.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, Pimples and Children sucks. Like
Hmm.
RoboCop and Terminator by 8 years old. Yeah,
Yeah, RoboCop.
Terminator's another one. Terminator will scare the shit out of you as a kid back then, man.
Yeah. Well, RoboCop just had so much gratuitous violence and gore. It was like kids shouldn't see this. Yet my classmates, when I was in first grade, second grade, were like talking about it. Like, oh man, the scene where they blow his hand off. It's like, oh, and you can tell they were shaking. Like they shouldn't have watched it, but they did. And then they also they marketed that to kids. They had a cartoon show later on. They had
Yes,
toys
they
for
did.
it later on. It's like, no, kids should not watch RoboCop. And then RoboCop 2 is even worse. RoboCop 2 is incredibly violent.
Yeah,
And yet it's like, oh, RoboCop. Then RoboCop 3 comes along in '93. It's like, oh, we're a family franchise now. It's like, oh, it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
family
Right,
movie. It's like, what are you doing? The first 2 movies were horror shows, you know?
man. His mom brought him to see Children of the Corn on
Mhm.
video way too young. That's
Mhm.
one movie I remember seeing that when I was young too, and that freaked me out. I
Yeah,
watched it
I
again
mean,
recently because obviously I did the Drunken Werewolf. I've watched it periodically, but
yeah,
now it's like you
Chilean.
watch it now, it's like nothing except for that scene there where they're all killing the adults at the beginning.
Yeah.
But from then on, it's like, well, but when I was a kid watching it, I was like, man,
What was it? Chileans and some corn. Is that what he said?
Chileans and their corn.
And they're corn, yeah. Chileans. It's fucking ridiculous.
When you're drunk, you mess up titles of shit.
I hear a werewolf.
Critters and
Yep.
Tremors at a young age.
Critters. Yeah, Critters. Good point. I watched Critters too young.
Yeah,
Um, Thinking it was going to be like Gremlins, and really I shouldn't have seen Gremlins when I did because Gremlins is a scary movie, dude.
yeah.
It's
Oh yeah, there's
it's
elements for
really
sure. There's
scary.
elements. Just
Yeah.
like the
So
first Ghostbusters that was meant to be like not like the second one, the first one, that
mhm.
librarian ghost is meant to scare the shit out of you.
Yep. Yeah, I mean it's funny too. Like Ghostbusters, nobody ever said it was for kids, right? But yet it was marketed to kids, and
Hmm.
kids watched it. I watched it, and then I remember just being. I talk about this all the time. The scene with the zombie cab driver. Like I had
Yeah,
nightmares about that. Like it was just
yeah,
really
for
scary
sure.
to me. I mean, I watch it now. I'm like, no big deal, right? But it's
Yeah.
like when I was 7, 6 or 7, that was a big deal. You know?
Yes. And
Oh
the
yeah,
sparks on man V when they're eating the guinea pig scene, that for sure. I remember that
yeah.
too.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. I mean, like Starman, for heaven's
Yeah,
sakes, not Starman, the Last Starfighter. When it
yeah,
remember his body double that they leave
yeah,
on Earth when it's
yeah.
like in bed forming into a human, and then you see it, and it's like I remember being absolutely shook by that. It's like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
believe what I
I,
saw.
I showed that tape on Friday. I was watching that recently.
Yeah. Man,
But yeah, man, like she's saying, now they're her comfort films
mhm.
to watch because
Oh yeah.
that's the same thing for me. But
Isn't it weird how it's like you can't believe you were ever scared of these movies? Now you're like you welcome them with open arms. Like I love watching Tremors. Like it's like in Critters. It's like I love
yeah,
watching them.
yeah, for
You
sure.
know, I fill up like a punch bowl full of like Lucky Charms and just you know eat it while I'm watching it. Like I don't. It's no big deal. When I was a kid, however, no way, dude. No way.
I remember watching off the top of my head. Now that I'm thinking about it, a good example comes to mind is when I saw The Exorcist for the first time.
Oh God,
I was probably like maybe 11,
no, dude, that's way too young.
and I watched it
I'm
by
sorry.
myself too. I watched it by myself in the living room at nighttime, and I was scared shitless watching that movie.
I watched the first time I saw that movie. I was 19, and I still felt like I was too young to watch it. Like that movie is legitimately scary.
I was like 10 or 11 years old by myself watching it, and I remember I was like, "What the hell did I get into?" I
Yeah,
didn't even. I was too scared to get up, and I didn't have the remote because this is how long ago it was. I was too
yeah,
scared to get up and change the channel of the TV, so I just
yep.
watched it. Same thing with.
Wow.
I remember sitting on the couch with a blanket over my head and looking only through a small window of blanket, watching Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh wow, dude.
That was like,
Man, you went hard back then. You
oh
went
yeah.
hard.
Like I said, my mother when she was younger, she was always out partying. My dad was always out working, gone and working on business. I'm the
Mhm.
oldest of my family. My mother got the channels, the movie channels. When anybody came to the door selling movie channels, my mother bought it, and I watched movies all weekend, all the week long. As long as I was allowed to stay up, I was watching movies.
Right.
I've seen
And that,
so many movies I shouldn't have been watching, man. So
oh
many.
yeah, yeah. Well, I always harken back to this. USA's Up All Night. I know. Did you?
Large.
I can't remember. Oh yeah, me too, Michael Myers. I'm right with you. Uh, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, and the Great White North, Rob. Did you guys have the USA Network? Was that a? There was a cable. It
No,
was a cable channel in the states. Did you have it?
no, I don't think so. Well, I think we had a lot of channels from the states, but I don't remember that
Yeah.
US. What was it called? USA what?
USA Network.
Was
It
just
still
called the
exists
USA
today.
Network? No,
USA
I don't.
Network. Yeah. Well, it
No, no, I
had.
don't.
Well, you've heard of Up All Night. You've heard of that.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't. Not from Canadian TV.
Well, it was. They played it on the USA Network. It was up all night. They played it on Friday nights and Saturday nights, like late night. It
Okay,
was. I think it was.
we
It
had
was
our own
Friday.
channels doing that here.
Well, it was either Friday night was hosted by Gilbert Gottfried, and Saturday was hosted by Rhonda Shear, or vice versa. But they would always play like B movies. They would always play horror movies. Well, anyways, I would watch that all the time when I was like 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old, because I was able to stay up late on weekends, and I took full advantage of it. And I had no idea what I was watching. I just thought it was entertaining. But they would also play a lot of trauma movies on there. Like I mentioned this on many videos in the past. That's the first time I saw Toxic Avenger was
Right.
on there. I should not have been watching it as a 10-year-old. I mean, it was censored, but only for time's sakes. Like it was cut down. Nothing was. It was all there. Like it was like I should not have been watching this movie, and
Yeah,
that's a
that's a
lot
bit.
for like a lot of
It's a bit rough
movies.
for a 10-year-old.
Yes, and I did, and like there was a lot of like every movie they played was like that. And like I watched it every week, every weekend I watched it, and I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of but the Gilbert, even the Gilbert Godfrey doesn't ring a bell, so I don't think they broadcast that to show here. But we had like the channels that we had here. I noticed a lot of times that we had American channels. They would show certain things from that network, and then it would change to our stuff. Like if they had something like up late night movies, that they would change to their Canadian late night movie channel network and shit like that, right?
I see.
So
Hmm,
that doesn't really ring a bell, the USA thing with Gilbert Godfrey. But I had a growing up, we had all kinds of late night movie things like that.
yeah,
Like I said,
yeah. I'm
and
sure you
on the
did.
weekend, especially on the weekends, man. On the weekends, like from Friday to Sunday, late at night movies.
Yeah.
They played crazy amount of movies.
I mean, that's always been a thing in any country where it's like late night movies, man. And I've talked about this too
Amityville,
before.
yeah,
TBS used to be a way different station. Like TBS through the week would play stuff like Maximum Overdrive and Commando and Conan the Destroyer. That's the first time I saw all those movies, and I was like 9 or 10.
yeah.
I loved them, and I was just like, I think I'm a little too young for this, but whatever. Full
Yeah,
throttle,
those are the
baby.
movies that, like I said, man, mesmerized me as a kid watching.
Yep.
I was like, yes, I'm in.
Oh yeah,
I'm being
yeah.
spoiled here, man, watching this. The
Again,
Dark Crystal for sure, man.
Dark Crystal, Labyrinth. Those movies are
Yeah,
freaky, but they were for kids back then. I mean, what were they thinking? We have to look at Bowie's bulge the whole movie. It's like hitting you in the face, and it's
yeah,
supposed to be for kids.
definitely.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. First
Poltergeist.
shot. I don't even want to talk about that scene.
Yeah.
I watched that with my dad when I was like 7 years old, and it freaked me out. Oh my god.
God bless those guys at the video stores, man. The
Yep.
Night of Return of the Living Dead, about 10,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Night of the Living Dead when I was like 8 or 9, and I was within like the first 10 minutes I was done. Like I was like petrified beyond belief. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, like I said, in '85 I was 10, right? So anything around '85 that came out and a little bit before and all that
Yeah,
that I was first watching
yeah,
when it first, especially like in things that came out between like '75 and eight up to '85, they were now getting broadcast on more on TV.
yeah, sure,
So
yeah,
so when I was
yeah.
10 years old, I was watching all that shit, man. Now all that
Mhm.
stuff was coming out. That's the stuff I was watching.
It's crazy, man. It's to think of the stuff we watched when we were kids. Hey, Easter Manning's here.
There he is. Where the forest rapes the lady. That's
Evil
Evil Dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was like 6, yeah. That's another
Yeah,
one that I saw. I think the earliest, what you would call a horror movie, if you call Jaws a horror movie, I guess it is, right?
yeah, it's considered that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw that movie like it's probably one of the first
Hmm.
movies that I remember because I remember my parents watching it and they wouldn't let me watch it. And I remember my bedroom was behind them in a double parlor, and they had like a curtain covering my bedroom. And I remember peeking through the curtain and seeing the shark coming out and eating the guy, and I'd be like, ah!
Yeah, they
And I
were
was
done.
young, man. I was like real young, like
Yeah.
maybe like I don't know, like 4 or something.
And you realize then, hey, my parents might know what they're talking about. Well, then when you get older, you realize Jaws is nothing more than a movie about a couple of buddies going deep sea fishing.
Yeah,
And that's
that's
what it
very
is. It's like it's not really much of a horror movie, is it? It's
Maximum Overdrive. Yes, that's a good one.
yeah, yeah, yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
always balls. Yeah,
yep.
Beetlejuice. Yeah,
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, but it was still like it was done in a way to where it was so whimsical that it was almost like harmless, kind of like,
yeah.
oh,
There's
it's
a lot of
gross.
comedy. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's like,
comedy in
oh,
there.
it's gross, but you didn't really get scared of it. Just
Yeah.
kind of see. It's. I remember watching it when it first came out, and you know,
I mean,
wasn't really scared of it.
they had some good effects. They had some good
Oh
ghost
yeah,
effects, stuff like that
a
are
lot of
pretty
freaky
freaky.
stuff. I mean, there's a reason why it's like considered, horror-ish, where it's like it's very horror-esque, where like Beetlejuice is considered a horror icon, but it's not really a horror movie, is it? It's just really
Uh,
ghastly, but it's comically ghastly.
yes,
You know.
exactly. The scene where they sing that day over around the table there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
I used to love that.
yeah. It, that movie introduced a whole new generation to Harry Belafonte. You know.
Mm.
Oh yeah, excellent,
Oz.
excellent point, Bob. I remember when I first saw that as a very little kid, being very, very freaked out by it. Myself, as well as everybody else in my generation, which is why that movie didn't do very well in theaters because parents took their kids to see it thinking it was a sequel to The Wizard of Oz, and it's not. It's a
Mhm.
dark retelling of like a follow-up tale. That's a combination of two other Oz books. Uh, so it didn't do well because of that, because it was so scary. But now it's a cult favorite. So fuck them. Oh,
Yep,
you okay?
I'm
You got a
good.
hairball? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear it?
No,
I thought I muted
you
it.
did mute it. I
Okay,
saw
good.
you like writhing in pain.
It's this boomstick here.
Hmm.
These movies are gems. Last Starfighter, yes, I love that movie. Dark Crystal, yes. They were highlights of my childhood for sure, man. Never in the story. Yeah,
Absolutely
the
agree with
Swamp
you.
Sadness. Yeah, we were just
One
talking
hundred
about that.
percent. 100%.
A lot of kids lost their innocence that day watching trying to pull that horse out of there.
Hmm.
It's just like Transformers, man. Watch Transformers movie when Optimus Prime dies. It's heavy, man.
Well, that movie, of course, I was a huge Transformer fan as a kid and loved it when the movie came out. But unfortunately, in my area, it never came to theaters. It was a select theaters kind of thing. So I never saw it in the theater. I
Right.
had to wait till it came out on VHS to rent it. But I remember hearing that there was a huge uproar about that. Parents were actually taking their kids out of the theater at when Optimus dies because it was like too heavy. You know, here these parents are spending all this money on these toys, and now suddenly their kids watching their most beloved Transformer die on an operating table. It's like they didn't want to see that. So a lot of people walked out of the theater.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I
So
wouldn't be surprised, man.
yeah.
'Cause it's pretty heavy.
Hmm.
The woman blowing smoke out of her neck. Yeah.
Yep.
In Beetlejuice. Yeah. Like I said, some of the effects are pretty
Yeah.
gnarly, but it's the
I
show,
mean,
the movie is so.
Yeah, it
It's
was
so
so.
comedic that
Yeah, it was like so like it was so lightly done that it's like you didn't mind the grim subtext. Like, yeah, everybody that worked in that the afterlife social office, they all committed suicide because they even say that. Like, I heard that if you commit suicide, you become a social worker in the afterlife. Well, that's what really happens because everybody there committed suicide.
mm,
So it was like it's pretty grim. But as a kid, you didn't really care.
no.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka is creepy, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the peyote laced boat ride.
Yeah.
Oh
Optimus
man,
died the
like
same year his dad died, so that's yeah, like that
gee
sucks.
whiz, man. I'm sorry.
Same
Like
man.
shit.
Cap, you ever
Yeah.
hear of do you ever hear about the movie the Peanut Butter Solution?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That movie's scary too, man. It's
yeah. It
super
is.
like
You know what? It's funny you say that because to this day, I was wondering if that was actually a movie or it was a dream I had because I never heard anybody else ever talk about it since I
well,
saw it when I was
I
8.
think that's if I'm not mistaken, I have to look it up, but I for some reason I feel like it's a Canadian movie because they played it on Canadian TV like crazy, that movie.
Well, I remember renting it. My family rented it as a kid.
And
when I was a
it's
kid.
super like
That's
spooky, man.
that's the last I heard anything about it. Like for all I knew, it never existed. Like it was like gone. So I'm glad you said that. Makes me feel better.
Yeah, the Peanut Butter Solution, and they used to
It
play it on
does
like
exist.
Sundays. They played it on weird time slots on Sundays and different things like that here in Canada.
Oh, like the Sunday afternoon movie. They used to
Yeah,
do those in the States too. Yeah, Watership Down. Oh God.
and the Pogue
I
Dogs,
remember that's a good one, Michael Myers. I was too young to watch that.
Big Dogs, Pogue
So
Dogs.
was everybody because it's a cartoon. So the
Yeah,
parents thought, oh, my kid will like this. It's an animated movie.
yeah.
Nah, nah, it's not a kids movie.
I've never
It's
seen them.
it's well, good. Don't watch it.
I've never seen them.
No, don't watch it.
You know what, man? I'm fussy when it comes to animation and shit.
You're fussy.
I am. I'm fussy when it comes to like the even the like a lot of people like the new Ninja Turtles, right?
Yeah,
I tried watching. I put it on and I didn't like the anime. The animation's good. It's just I don't know. There's something about it, and I was like, and I shut it off.
yeah. Well, that's what I said about it. I don't know. I'm fussy too when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I don't know why. I just am. We all have our things. It's what it is. But you know, yeah,
The
ten to
Bronson
midnight. Yeah,
movie, 10 to Midnight.
yeah. You probably shouldn't have seen that as a young lad. But you did.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's all kinds of like movie. Man, like I saw like what year did 9.5 Weeks come out
I don't know. I don't know.
with Mickey Rourke?
Oh,
I
we're not
remember
going to talk
watching
about
that
Mickey
movie as a
Rourke
kid.
again, are we? We talked about Mickey Rourke last week.
9.5 Weeks.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Okay. So that came out when I was 11.
Hmm.
I remember watching that movie around that time by myself.
Yeah.
86. There you go. Yeah. I watched all kinds of weird movies like that. I Have the Power. Thundercats are great. Yeah.
Well, I know The Burbs, which is a. Oh yeah, a great. Yes, I totally forgot about that, Bob. Great point. That scared the absolute hell out of me when I was a kid. That's when I checked out. I was like, I'm done. This movie, no way. Remember that scene, Rob?
Part
When like
three.
she gets, yeah, when she gets like pushed into the machine and like it like wraps her up and she becomes like this weird like freaky robot. Look, scared the hell out of me when I was a
I
kid.
know. I've seen all the Supermans.
Mm.
I don't know. I'd have to refresh my memory.
Oh God, yeah, great. I totally forgot about that. Thank you, Bob McCall. Oh man, what a scene!
I'm gonna have to check
I'm
that
gonna have
out.
nightmares tonight
Maybe
now
it's
because
not.
of that. Seriously, that really freaked me out when I was a kid. That's like top of the list freaky movies, and it shouldn't have been. It's a Superman movie. Who would have thought? You know?
Yeah, for sure. Hmm. Oh, I'm gonna take a look at it right now. Oh yes, okay, I remember this.
Mm-hmm. See,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
bringing
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember this
it,
now.
it's bringing something back, isn't it? You're gonna have nightmares now. I know I
I'm
am.
watching it.
Yeah. Fuck that nonsense.
It's cool how they did it though.
Yeah.
He's sucking her in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Turns
See.
all metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty killer, man. I forgot about this.
Imagine like a 7-year-old watching that.
Look at her hair.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The hair is terrible. Everything else looks pretty cool. The hair is like what?
Yeah. Um,
Oh my god.
I remember the Burbs. That movie
Oh,
when
I
I first
remember
saw
that.
that, it kind of freaked me out too. The dream
Yeah, the
sequence.
bird. Yeah.
That was a freaky movie. Love that movie. That movie is excellent. When you met Corey Feldman, did you talk to him about the Burbs at all?
No,
No.
I just we were joking about the VHS tape most of the time, and
Mm.
uh, I just said it was cool to meet him and stuff like that. He said, "Yeah, too, man." And he brought up something about his band, and I laughed that night, and we took a picture, and then I told him to stay healthy or something like that. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. You too." And then I bailed.
Well, well, well. Okay. Didn't say a single thing about License to Drive,
No,
did you?
no, we were joking about the tape and stuff. He was like, "We're because the tape was sealed," and he was like, "You want me to open the
Yeah,
tape
yeah,
first?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, take this
Oh,
wrapper off." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no." We do that went on for a bit.
Corey, if you open this tape, I'm going to kill you.
I told him, I said, "Believe me, I saw the movie. I seen the movie already. Trust me, I don't need it open." He was laughing and shit. It was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
Because I always I don't really meet many people that like that. So when I do, it's like I don't really know what to say. You know, like when I was supposed to say, "Hey, man, I love you."
Yeah.
Okay, great. Gremlins and Gremlins too. Yeah, showing up in the movie theater.
Yeah, that was
You think the
interesting because
Grimsters can match up with the Hulkster?
that wasn't in every cut of that film. There's two different cuts of that film. I remember when I didn't see that Hulk Hogan part till much later on. I
Oh,
didn't even know
really?
it existed. Yeah, like the one I saw doesn't have that part. Like there's
Huh.
somebody else in the theater or something like that. There was like two different cuts of the film.
Oh, shit.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but
No,
it
I've
is what
always
it is.
seen it with that.
Mm-hmm.
The Fog was
You know,
pretty scary at a young
yeah,
age.
you shouldn't have seen the fog. I saw the Blob, the remake.
Yeah.
Way too young. Mm, mm,
I saw Superman 3 at a cinema. That scene was creepy back as a kid. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I'll always say this: the Superman movies are not for kids. They're not for kids. Like they
No.
shouldn't be. They were. You would think they would be, but they're
Yeah.
not. They were for adults because Superman 1 is very drawn out, very boring. For a kid, it's not preferable for a kid to watch. Superman 2, pretty much the same story. Superman 3, lots of freaky imagery, and Superman 4, well, nobody liked it. So it's like, you know what I mean? And Supergirl don't even bother. It's just like
No.
the Superman film franchise back then. I don't know. It was weird, you know. Not for kids.
No, there definitely weren't. I grew up watching them, so I liked them. But
Yeah, me too. And I just remember like when I was a kid, not really enjoying them. Like I was like, when? So when's Superman going to show up? It's like what am I watching here?
yeah, they were done in a kind of way, a
Well,
certain
it
kind of
was
way
like
that like
they made them like an actual movie. Like it's a movies
yeah.
movie. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying, well, except for Superman 4, but uh, they just weren't made for kids. They weren't like a comic book movie as we think of them today.
Right.
They're not nonstop action romps. It's a story. You know, it's about an alien getting acquainted with planet Earth.
Best not to watch Quest for
Yep.
Peace for any reason.
No, don't. Mm-mm.
It's good for a
Fucking
bit of
nuclear
bullshit, like
man.
Matthew would say.
Yeah, nuclear man.
Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk
Mm-hmm.
actually scared me as a kid.
Yeah, that was weird too.
Mhm.
I watched that as a kid. It's
Yep, same here. The Hulk was another one that I remember was on when I was
yeah,
young.
Yeah, it was a little much.
Watched 4 recently again. Yeah, it's still the worst. I had no budget.
Well, that's not going to change. It's going to be terrible. It's just, I don't know. They should have just stopped. Like, why? You know.
Oh well, give him some props for trying.
Well, I remember the first time I saw RoboCop 2 was with my dad. We had rented it, or it was on like HBO or something, like a Saturday night, and we were both in the watching TV together. And we were watching it, and the scene where the cop who's addicted to what's the stuff they call it in there? The drug. You know what I mean? Well, what's the drug? The chat will know this. The drug in RoboCop 2. What do they have? The cop
I
that
think it
was
was
like,
called. Hold on, give me a second. It was, oh, for Christ's
yeah, I
sake.
know it's the same here.
I
Like I
know
can't,
this.
I know it, but I don't know it.
Nuke.
Yeah, Nuke. Yeah, the cop that was addicted to that stuff, and he was like an informant, and he was like a double agent sort of. Well, when the bad guys find out about it, they like take him. Yeah, thank you, Sparkstron. They take him, and then they pretty much dissect him alive. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Well, that scene comes on, and my dad's just like, "Okay," and he just turned it off. Like he was like, "This is too much." He was like, "Okay, this is enough of this. We watch something else,"
Yeah. I
which I'm
remember that
glad of.
happening.
I still can't watch that scene to this day. I don't. I just kind of look away. I don't want to see that kind of stuff, man. You know,
I
like I
remember
get it.
this is not going to be the greatest story,
Oh, great.
I remember watching a porno movie
Oh,
when I was very young, and I was young enough. I was so young that it made me sick to my stomach.
really? So it was an actual hardcore,
It was a
not
hardcore
softcore.
porno movie, and I saw
Oh,
some things, and I was like, it made me sick. It made me feel sick to my stomach.
yeah. I think that's everybody's.
I turned it off, and I didn't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's reaction when they first see that stuff. They just don't. They just don't. They don't admit it,
It
and it
wasn't
is a
like no
little weird.
soft core, like some kind of like little
Right.
TNA movie for late night
Yeah.
movie. It was like a full on
Right.
porno, and I was like, oh,
You,
I
you
can't remember
saw.
how old I was. I was like young. I was young,
You
but I
saw
remember it being
too
gross
much.
to my eyes.
Yep. You saw too much.
Yes.
Too much, and you can't take that back. You can't.
No.
You can't put it back. You have to take it.
I have to say though that now as an adult, I very much enjoy what I seen that day.
Yes, it's nothing now, right? It's like, well, what?
I love it now.
Yeah, but you
But
were too young.
then
Like,
when I was like, I can't remember how old I was. I think I was probably like 7 or 8 years old or something.
yeah.
It
Wow, dude.
it made me sick.
Well, that because it's illegal. You know that, right? Technically, what you did was illegal.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
your parent or guardian could be held fully responsible for contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
yeah.
That's,
Well, my
yeah,
mother, if that was the case, my mother would have she would have been charged many times for that.
sure. I mean, that's just how it was. But technically, that is a law. At least in the states, it is. I don't know what it is up there
I
in
don't know. I don't know if it's a law here or not.
Maple Land.
Much more grim and mean spirited in
Yeah,
RoboCop 2.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it is. RoboCop 2 is,
yeah, it is
pretty
more
bad. Like,
darker. I find.
yeah, pretty bad. I mean, you have the main villain eventually becomes a drug addicted robot, like a cyborg. It's just like very interesting movie.
Yep. And the first P movie I ever saw definitely got a different reaction. Yeah, I was. I remember not being impressed as a kid. I was like, "What?"
No, no, you're too young to understand what you're seeing, and
Yeah, exactly. It made me
well,
ill to my stomach.
it is gross. Like, of course, it's very off putting. Like, it's like, yeah, this is disgusting. You know,
I'll never forget that, man.
hmm
The
Yep.
Witch and Wizard of Oz was scary, and
Well, again,
yeah,
Bob McCall is bringing the heat tonight because he's
yes, he is.
bringing a lot of excellent points. The Witch. Have you ever seen the unaired Sesame Street episode that starred Margaret Hamilton as the Wicked Witch of the West? Have you ever seen that? You
I
can look it
don't
up on
know.
YouTube. It was buried forever because they shot it, they filmed it, produced it. It was ready to go, but parents absolutely despised it so much that they never played it again and they buried it. But recently
Really?
it's become re-revealed, and it's a pretty weird episode. Pretty weird. It's like terrifying.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, it's like parents had a huge problem with it. Like it was scaring their kids and all this kind of stuff because the Wicked Witch, what a character! Like that's like a scary character.
No, yeah, I remember. I remember being. She was creeping me out as a kid, and those flying monkeys too weren't
Oh yeah, sure.
super
Yeah,
jolly
yeah.
either.
Yeah, there's a scene in that episode where like one of the guys, one of like the real people, I don't remember his name, but he's like he sees the witch flying in the sky, and he's so terrified by it that he like has a nervous breakdown and starts crying right there in the street,
Mhm.
he can't handle it. Like it's like what are you guys doing? This is Sesame Street for heaven's sake. No, good lord, reel it back a
Yeah,
little bit, reel it back.
man. First one I saw was called The Young and the Restless, an '80s blue movie classic. Now
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah. That sounds like it sounds like what it is. You know.
oh, it's on YouTube, is it? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
check it
yeah.
out.
It's everywhere now. Before it's like you couldn't find it at all. They kept it under lock and key. Yeah. Well, the Undertaker. Yeah, when the Undertaker first premiered or debuted, I should say, in the WWF in '91 or '90 or whatever, I was a little scared of him too. I mean, I was 10. I was a little scared of him. You know.
Well, this looks like a serious dude, man.
Yeah.
The reject RoboCops were also very dark humor. Love it now, but pretty horrific, really.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I like you know what? It's one of my favorite trilogies. That movie, Robo. I love all three of them. Obviously, the first one and more
Yeah,
than
the
the other
first one's
two,
the best. Yeah.
but I enjoy that set of movies.
Yeah, that's right. The guy steals her broom. Yeah, that's what happens. The guy like takes her broom. You have to watch it, Rob.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
giving
check it
you.
out.
I'm giving you homework. I want you
I
to
will
watch
watch
that
it.
tonight. Yeah.
I do what the captain says. I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Sesame Street tonight.
Because I know it was a big deal. Because people wanted to see this, and like there was a lot of like online petitions to get it released and all this stuff, but they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. There's a big story all to it. Like it just got released maybe 10 years ago, maybe.
Right.
Like, yeah, it was like 78 or something like that is when it was first produced. It's a big deal.
Huh.
Yeah.
I was
It's
going to tell
very
you.
interesting.
I was watching the mom and pop video shop, one of their videos,
Hmm.
and it's just as a coincidence observation that made me laugh was they were talking about hate watch.
They were, huh?
Yeah, they brought up hate watching, and
Hate watching.
I started laughing to myself because they didn't
Yeah.
exactly say tonight on hate watch like we did, but
They might as well have, right?
they were talking about yeah, they might as well.
Yeah.
They were talking about like watching something, and then he said, he goes, "No, I didn't just hate watch it." And then they started talking about hate watching.
Yeah.
It was a really brief moment, but it made me giggle.
Tonight on Hate Watch.
Comment tonight on hate watch.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought of that, so I wanted to tell you before I forgot.
Everybody should appreciate hate watchers because they're going to watch everything you put out, every second of it. They're going to have full engagement with your content, and that's like it's like
hate watchers.
It's the opposite effect that they intended, but it's like hate watching does you a favor.
Yeah, the thing about people don't realize about hate watchers and hate watching is that it's done with a stronger passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's done with a stronger passion than just happy watching.
Right. They're going to listen to everything you say. They're going to see everything you do. They're going to watch every millisecond of that video.
That's right.
And yep, every millisecond.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep. It's more intense. They actually watch more of your stuff than a fan. Yep. So
they're going to watch
all the hate watchers.
Yeah, they're going to watch it as soon as they hit play. To with the little squiggly replay symbol comes up on the video. Right. That's what they're going to watch it from stem to stern.
Mm-hmm. Well, Captain nailed that saying this time perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I spent a week thinking about it. I was like, what is that fucking saying? Stem to stern. Okay.
You've been using it ever since, like all the time for no reason.
Oh, all the
People
time,
keep saying,
every single thing I say. I just
Captain
someone
Adam,
says,
why you
"Hey,
keep
man,"
saying from stem to stern? No, I didn't even say anything about that. Don't worry about
they say, "Hey, good morning, stem to stern." I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm getting it in.
it. So we are hate watchers. Well,
Technically,
it
I guess
depends.
yes.
It depends on if you like what you're watching. If you don't like what you're
Yeah.
watching and you hate it, then you're a hate watcher. Yeah,
Yeah. If you're a hate watcher, fuck you and thank you.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I would like to say, I would actually say thank you first, then fuck you,
Mm.
because you always got to be flattered that someone wants to watch your shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Whichever
what it is.
intent is behind it doesn't matter.
That's what they say. The thing about like negative comments or like thumbs down reactions. Well, first of all, you're not going to please everybody. You shouldn't expect to, and you shouldn't try to, because you're not going to. But the thing about all that is, like negative reactions, is you're drawing engagement from the viewer. That's a good thing.
Yes.
The worst that can happen is someone watches your shit and doesn't do anything. Like all you got, I'm gonna do my Dusty Rhodes right now. Everybody out there watching our videos all the time and not hitting that like button, well, screw you, because that like button means a lot, baby. If these people that hate our content hit that thumbs down button, you can certainly hit that like button for liking our content. That's what it means. When you like content, you hit the like button. That's a thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up. They couldn't make it easier. There's no words. It's just a picture of a thumb. Hit the thumbs up. You don't like it, hit the thumbs down. And we don't really give a shit. Just hit thumbs up.
Just hit something.
Yeah. Hit something. Hit yourself in the face. I'm just saying. Don't forget to hit that like button or the
Poltergeist
thumbs
2
down
is
button.
scary.
If you don't like it, that's fine. Hit it. Give some
Hit it.
reaction.
That's right. True stuff. I never thought of hate watchers like that before, but that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
you do it. I mean, I mean, that's what it is. I'd never, that never really occurred to me before until recently. And I'm like, okay, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Well, it's like I said, if you're making a reaction with what you're doing, that's what I guess that's what comes first.
It's engagement, and these AI algorithms recognize that. Like, if you don't draw any kind of reaction at all from your viewer, then it's going to consider that too.
Yeah, I'd rather see some kind of reaction.
Yeah.
Don't really get the point of dislikes not being visible. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why, if you're not going to show it, why have it?
No. Here's the thing, Michael Myers. If you're a content creator, then yeah, it's kind of like, they can hit dislike if they want. I don't particularly want to see it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need that. I would like them to have the option to do that, but I don't particularly care to see it. And you can see it in YouTube Studio. You can look at your video analytics and see what, how many dislikes you have. But me personally, as far as like a public forum, like if I say I watch one of my uploads to see if it turns out okay, and all this, and I see that there's a bunch of dislikes, I don't really want to see that, just because it's like, who does? You don't need to see that. But the point is, they still have the option to do that. The public can't see it. Because basically, when somebody dislikes a video, you're pretty much telling YouTube, I don't want to see stuff like this anymore. There's something about this video I don't like. So please, I don't suggest this kind of stuff to me anymore. That's what the intention of that button is. The same with the like button. But somehow it's become like a critique thing, and everybody, everybody's a critic, aren't they? Everybody's a critic.
Everybody got their opinion.
That's about it. So I will always appreciate the fact that they have that forum to say they don't like a video, but also I'd prefer not to really see it, because I don't really need to, don't I? I don't really need to. You don't really need to. Nobody needs to see. As long as they can say they can dislike it, that's fine. But what's the point of having everybody see it? So somebody dislikes something just so everybody knows they dislike it? Well, that's a completely douchebag thing to do. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I think for like for the content creator, if they want to know that they should have access to knowing. But I mean, other than that,
you do. You go into YouTube Studio, you can see, and you maybe you don't want to see that.
That's what I'm saying. But if you want to know, Like
Yeah,
I'm
the
I'm gonna
option is
go check
there.
it out. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
To
I'm gonna
me,
check it out. But
I think it would be a shame if they took it away entirely. I like it that it's still an option. You just don't see how many dislikes you have.
yeah,
Because really, what's the point? You know what I mean? If you're
yeah,
if you're not if you're not well at what you're doing, if you're not particularly talented, you're going to find out some other way. You know what I mean? Like YouTube's not going to push your videos. You're going to get negative comments, whatever. You don't need to see who doesn't like your video. You
yeah.
know?
Well, I know I don't mind the criticism, and I think that people should be able to thumbs down if they want to. But it's a touchy subject if you think about it. But I don't know.
No, it's I don't mind the thumbs down. I understand. What's the point of seeing it? You know what I mean? On a
Yeah,
public forum. Because to me, it's like if you don't like something, you should just keep it to yourself. Like I don't like it, hit dislike, and that's it. Why would you want the public to know you don't like it? Like,
yeah.
okay,
But like
what's
you
the big?
said, if it's for just to get to like take care of the algorithm or whatever, just so you
That's
don't
the
see things
intention.
like that again,
You know?
they should make it a button for a different kind of way, and not like a thumbs down. But
Mhm.
whatever, not for me kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do. Like I said, if you don't like a video, you can still hit it, and it says feedback shared with creator. Like like they, but it's not for the public to see.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that guy. Well, the funny thing about that guy, I can't remember his name, but he was actually dying of like some kind of terminal cancer when they filmed that movie. So he really looks that way. Like that's nothing. There's no makeup. There's no enhancement. He didn't like go on some kind of special diet to fit the role. That's what he looked like. You know, that's because he was dying during that film. So
right.
that's what made it all the more special.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don't say
absolutely
anything.
agree with you. Like, what is the point of why are you just being mean? It's like if you don't have anything to say, don't say it. And for God's sakes, if you don't think something is good, don't tell the person you think it's good. Don't lie to them either, because you're not doing them
No,
any favors by
exactly.
lying to them. Um, just don't. I mean, you don't have to be mean.
No.
Uh, you know, um, well, that's probably true too, Sparkstron.
My idol recently told me he didn't like the art that I created, and I didn't say nothing. I didn't take it wrong way.
That isn't what I said at all.
think think the thumbs down was taken away when movie trailers or news stories got massive thumbs down. Yeah,
Yeah,
when the people spoke too freely and with the dislikes on things.
yeah. It was just there was that had a lot to do with it, but I just think it was also like, well, you know, again, the thumbs down isn't taken away. You can still thumbs down a video. It just doesn't show it.
Yeah,
The creator knows that you didn't like it. Uh, Not you personally. It just gives you a percentage of likes to dislikes. You can see that, but the public can't see how many dislikes it has. You can see how many likes it has, but not dislikes. So you can still thumbs down stuff. I think everybody just decided, hey, maybe we shouldn't give people a forum to be dickheads, because that's all they used it as.
yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
don't need to know that anyway.
Now everything else is good enough for that.
Nah,
You know.
you don't need to know all that shit.
Mm-mm. No, you don't.
The Reverend is actually in 9.5
Why
weeks
the
as a dinner
hell
guest. Dinner
does
guest.
that movie keep getting brought up? 9.5 weeks. We talked about it all last week, and I'll be damned if we're not talking about it this week too. A
It keeps
movie that I
getting brought
hadn't
up.
heard twice about since last week suddenly is the best movie in the world. I tell you what, the next time somebody brings that movie up, I'm going to show my penis on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
The public can't see gives a false narrative or freedom of speech. Well, it's unnecessary. You don't need to put the
Well,
thumbs down.
here's something too.
That's what I'm trying to
Freedom of
say.
speech. Here's something that a lot of people kind of get discombobulated. Freedom of speech only applies to the government censoring you. If you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, you have every right to censor what anybody says about your shit. Like this is your dojo. I don't want
Yeah,
somebody spatting bullshit on my page. Like you can delete it. You can reject it.
Yeah.
It's like there's no freedom included that if the government was saying, "Hey, you can't dislike this because we tell you to like it," yeah, that's wrong. But
Right.
that's not the case here. This is a YouTube channel, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm doing. Here's the thing. I'm doing a video about the history of Carl Lorimar home video. Okay, like, okay, if you don't like it, big deal. It's like, why is that a big deal for you to let the world know you don't like this video? You know what I mean? Like, it's a stupid ass little video.
Yeah.
Like, what's like? Just leave it
That's what I'm
alone.
saying. Like, but if you don't like it, just like skip and that's it. Move on and that's it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum. Really, it's just like it has nothing to do with freedom of speech, and it's like it's nothing to do with not taking criticism. It's just like,
Oh,
okay, I don't. No, okay, here it comes.
you waited until it was dark too.
Yep, I have to get a big zoom in.
The video of mine that got the most dislikes still bothers me. It
Yeah.
was a short showing of an eagle in my backyard.
Well, see, that's what I mean.
Like,
It's
who
just
dislikes a
dumb. Like,
video of a bird?
okay,
True.
what's okay? You don't like it? Just don't do anything. Don't watch
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah. Bugger off, man.
You don't like it? Turn the channel. That's
You
the
don't like
thing.
it? Bugger off like everybody else. You think I need to tell everybody
Yeah.
I don't like it?
Like, if there's a television show on that I don't like, I'm not going to call the television station and say you better take this off, or there's going to be
There's
issues.
gonna be trouble.
I'm just going to turn the channel. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, big deal. But see, there's
Yeah.
people who think that they're entitled to change the way things are because they don't like it. Like, it's like that. No, you just don't deal with it. You
If
can
somebody
avoid
wants
it.
to take if somebody wants to take the time and watch my video
Yeah.
and then leave a comment and tell me the certain things they didn't like about it because of this, I'm more than interested in just to read that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I got no problem with that at all. Tell me why you don't like it. Watch it and tell me why you don't like it. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me this. Tell me that. I don't
Yeah.
mind any of that shit.
That's constructive criticism.
Yeah, but
And,
thumbs downing it, not saying nothing, just giving a thumbs down and leaving. It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, okay, you're just going to say something like, "Oh, this sucks." Okay, why does it suck? Well, it just does.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
What have you done? What videos have you put out? What part of you have you put in the public eye? What have you done to compare to what I've done? You know what I mean? It's like, who are you? Like, I understand you want to be a critic, but what does your opinion matter? You know what I mean? You can say the same thing for like good comments. It's like, well, okay, it's sort of like a double-edged sword.
Bob McCall says that he always gives a thumbs up for a fit bird.
Yeah. Yeah, people are just so strange. The internet has changed things so much to where people think it's cool to disrespect somebody because they don't have the threat of being punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Massive thumbs down affects business. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But,
Mm-hmm.
what are you gonna do? I'm gonna take a look and see if I got any thumbs down.
You sure you want to do that, Rob?
Yeah, well, on Facebook too. When I first started on Facebook, they used to give me, they used to show me every now and then that a couple people unfollowed me. I'm like, why are you unfollowing me, man? What did I do?
Yeah, I'm always curious about that too. Like, why? Like, what happened?
The eagle dislikes for probably disgruntled mice.
True. Or voles.
Could be something or nothing. Jealousy. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't get that.
Animals, right? With animals, you never know what people think. So,
I don't know what's going on with the eagle thing, but somebody had a big problem with it. It might have been a bunch of hawks. Hawks don't like eagles.
I mean, like if you have an eagle chained in your backyard and it's starving, okay.
Nobody should like that video.
No, but if you have an eagle that was flying by and landed in your backyard, said hello, and then flew away, and people are disliking it, there's something going on there. There might be some sinister plot behind that.
Mm-hmm. Let that eagle go.
It's so odd nowadays, yeah, for sure.
It is.
Oh, the black is swallowing up the captain again.
It is, and you know what? Like I always say, it's not that dark.
It looks dark as shit over here.
So what?
It looks dark as hell for me.
I know. It's like the camera just makes it darker. I don't know why, but it does.
We're going to take off in a bit anyways. banging out 3 hours. Hey, look at that! Look at that!
Yeah. Look at us.
Well, not look at you. No one can see you, but look at me. 3
Well,
hours, man. Wow.
that's why I waited till now to say I'm going to show people my peaker.
He's got it out right now, everybody.
I do.
So
You have to zoom in really close, though. It's
you
pretty
can't see it.
small.
When the captain pulls it out, the whole room gets dark.
No, it's like a button on a fur coat. That's what it is.
Now the captain is in the Blair Witch Project. That's right.
Mm. It's okay though. It's okay. I know her.
Yeah, he's good. He's
We're
good.
cool.
The captain's good. The captain's good on all sides of the tracks, don't we?
Yeah.
It's been around.
I'm very good with not pissing ghosts off. Like I just sort of, you give them their space, they'll give you your space. You know what I mean? If you're like these ghost hunter guys on TV, you go into like an old haunted church and go, "Hey, is there any fucking ghosts in here?" Like, of course they're gonna throw stuff at you. Like you're a douchebag. Like that's the problem.
Yeah, and half of them are stupid. And the ghost says no, and they say okay, and they leave.
This week on Douchebag Ghost Hunter,
we're gonna visit. In here, dude? No,
we're gonna
okay.
Visit,
when he walks up,
we're gonna visit an abandoned children's hospital and make fun of their moms.
Oh, this is a beautiful house. Get out. Oh, too bad we can't stay.
Yep. Oh, well, look at the time. I gotta get going. I gotta hit the old dusty trail.
Oh, I hate all those dumb ghost hunting shows.
Yeah, they're the worst, man. They're just like, okay.
Well, if you don't like those ghost hunting shows, you should watch some alien hunting shows called Area 13.
You should. That'll give you all the truth you need.
Yeah, watch Area 13 if you're into aliens and hunting.
That's like ghost hunting shows.
Sexual humor, slightly sexual content. Slightly, I say.
I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said a damn word to you.
No,
damn my eyes for being honest with you. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I don't prefer sexual humor. And I don't really know how much I meant that either.
I know. I didn't say nothing.
Yeah. I thought it was a very beautifully produced show that everybody should watch.
Douchebag Ghost Hunter is on Epic Title. It is.
Well, Rob, if you want to use that for the Static Realm, go right ahead. Because I probably won't do much with that.
That's I already kind of like did the Investigator Hunter show. So,
well, I mean, the thing is, you could still do this because there's a lot of them. I mean, there's Bigfoot hunting shows, there's alien hunting shows, there's ghost hunting shows.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I could do that.
You could have Steve. You could have Steve the Ghost on it.
We'd have to see it in the future, though. Right now, like I told you, and this is the first time I'm gonna say it publicly. I'm gonna try to put out a Christmas special. Well, like always, I don't want to speak too fast until I know I can get it out for sure. So,
why don't you think you? I mean, what do you?
Well, it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I just hope I need to be able to pull it off and have the time to get it done. You know, I just don't like to speak too fast and not get it done. So yeah, but there might be a Christmas special for the Static Realm.
Well, it's like the old adage: never tell anybody your plans. Just do them. Don't say anything.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I was trying to do, but I mean, I brought it up quickly.
Yeah. Well,
maybe I don't think it'll cause a little bit of a buzz, but it'd be cool if it did.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and all of its sexual humor.
If I can get it out, man, it's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty cool. If I can get it done the way I want it, I got it almost all written now, and I should be before the end of the month. I should be shooting video. So, but I got there's a bunch of characters to play and a bunch of different costumes to get up, and I got to get wardrobe, and I got to find.
Do you have all that stuff? Do you have all that stuff ready, or you still got to get that stuff?
Well, I mean, like I can. Most of the stuff I can find like within days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like as soon as I finish waiting and start shooting, I'll just start. When I decide what I'm going to start shooting first, I'll just start collecting everything for all the characters one by one like that, you know.
Yeah.
Or when I come across it or whatever. I don't need too much. I need because I already have a bunch of stuff. So like I have like a tickle trunk like Mr. Dress Up now. I got a tickle trunk full of costumes and wigs and glasses and chains and
We all should.
hats.
We all
And,
should. We all should have that. And we all should play dress up more often.
I like it. I like doing it because I have like I have two kids in their early 20s, and they love my videos. Man, they get a kick out of my videos, and they share it with all their friends. And so I have a pretty big fan base of like 20-year-old kids that love my videos and sit there
Well,
and laugh
see,
their ass
there you
off.
go. That's a huge demographic, and that's for you. I mean, I know a lot of people love that, so do it.
Yeah, I do. I get a kick out of it as long as I make my if I make my son and my daughter laugh, then I'm happy doing it. So
Sure. Yeah, I know what you mean.
that's how I look at it. And they're crazy just like me, so they enjoy the videos. My son helped me shoot the Area 13 and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I always meaning to ask like who did like the photo work for that, like who was because your production on that is like really great.
I did everything.
Like,
The only thing my son did, if you watch the Area 13, I had
mhm.
like the alien pop up in the background and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
He was there. He was crouched down behind there with an alien, and he's the one that made it pop up and stuff. So, but besides that, everything else I did on my own.
That's not a brag, by the way. Everybody out
No,
there,
just saying.
we got to do shit on our own. We don't have
Mhm.
production teams.
Did it all to myself there.
As you can see, I don't even have a lighting crew. Like I am no budget.
Yeah, we need night vision.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll talk to StreamYard and see if they got that in the package or something.
I don't know. No, I'm getting more. I'm upgrading my little facilities here. So you know, I'm
Well,
getting a
yeah,
better
like I said,
webcam.
you just need like a decent, like the webcam I use is not expensive. It's a good cam that
Mhm.
is external. You can move it around. I have it on just a regular laptop. That the laptop is in good condition. I don't really use it for anything else besides
Yeah,
going on YouTube and stuff. And I just plug it into a speaker over there, and my computer speaker is behind me, and I'm a microphone here, and that's it. The stupid green screen and all that stuff is only until I get the shop open. Once I get that together and figured out, I'll be right behind. I'll be back behind my counter in the store doing this.
yeah. I do miss that actually.
Yeah, so
Seems
do
like
I. I
it
watch
was
old
so
videos
long
of mine
ago.
to see how it looks.
Yeah, it was so long ago that you had that. Seems like
Yeah, it's going
forever
on.
ago.
It's been a while, man. It's going to be
Yeah,
when I shut it down. I think it was the end of May.
yeah, May. Yeah, May going into June.
6 months is now. 6 months has been closed. So, but it should be open soon, and it's going to be badass. Well, Cap, we're hitting up on 3.5 hours there.
Yeah, we are. It was a great stream.
Yeah, had a good time,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah. I
think I'm
wonder
going to.
who's still with us out there. I wonder who's hanging out.
Well, so
Who
it
hung
says we
out for
got
the
7
whole
people watching still: Mike
thing.
Myers and Charcy Lux and Sparks Tron and Bob McCall and who else? Movie Cheer podcast.
Which, by
Mr.
the way,
Manny,
I will be subscribing to all of your channels after this is over.
Real
So
Fifth Beat All, VHS Mikey, of course. Who else was here? Trying to get everybody. Horror Cat Dad, Crusher, Arc, Enemy, and me, and I don't know
yeah,
exactly.
don't even bother. You're gonna have an
Arc,
aneurysm.
and everybody. Yeah, everybody who I'm missing, you know who you are.
Hmm.
Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
We do appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you had a great time hanging out with us.
Say hi. Hey.
Hey, here's everybody. I'm
He's
still
still
here.
here.
Good. Well, I hope
Well, we're
everybody
gonna.
enjoyed themselves on this Shoot the Shit Sunday with
Yes.
Rob and the Cap. Which, by the
Rob and
way,
the Cat.
Rob, I really enjoyed that you called us that. I never thought of that before, but it made it sound like a radio show. Like mornings with Rob and the Captain. Yeah.
That's why I messaged you, and I was like, "What should I call it?" I was trying to think of making a post. I was like, "I'm just going to call it Rob and the Captain."
I love it. Like I love radio, And so it just reminds me like a radio show. Like, tune in
Yeah.
to Rock and Roll Afternoons with Robin the Captain. Robin the Captain.
Now that you're saying
Oh,
that, I should probably make these things use that option on YouTube to make them into podcasts.
I mean, people consider these podcasts. You realize that, right? Nobody knows what a podcast is anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, like I think there's an option in YouTube where they'll take you and they'll put it on platforms and on audio, just like audio podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, look into it because I mean, as far as I know, this is a podcast. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know anything about it. I mean, it's thanks, Michael
great
Myers,
stream,
for
guys.
checking in,
Take it
buddy.
easy. Thanks, Michael Myers. Great stream.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Bob
all.
McCall. Again,
Bob
thank
McCall.
you for bringing the fire in the chat tonight. You brought up a lot of good points, Bob McCall.
Yes.
Sparkstron, thank you for
Spark on. It's
always
been a good time,
hanging
my
out with
man.
us.
Getting
Crusher,
back to
it
doing
was
movie collection movies again very soon. Do that, man. Do that.
yeah, do it. Always create. Always do something.
Remember, there ain't nothing to it but to do it.
That's right.
Great time with y'all.
Yes.
Have an awesome rest of your day, and
You too,
you
and
as
thank you for
well.
checking in. We always love when new people check in on
Yes, we do. Come
on
back and
Robin
hang
the
again.
Captain
Robin the Captain.
here on VHS Radio.
I don't know if you heard. When was I doing it? Yeah, was it on Friday? I was doing like a radio thing, and I kept saying I was talking about VHS radio. I brought it up a
Yeah,
few times.
I haven't had a chance to watch all of that yet because when I got the notification Friday night when I was working, so I was sort of like checked in for a second
Yeah.
because the title intrigued me, like no live stream, but it says it's like what is he doing? I'm like, oh, he's being coy. He's being a coy boy. I was like, this is like an
Yeah.
Andy Warhol routine. Like this is like or Andy Kaufman. It's like this is like a tremendous joke.
Yeah.
Because you kept saying this is no live stream tonight.
It went like over an hour too. It was a live, like an hour and a half of no live stream.
So I'm getting through that. So I'll probably finish watching it tonight actually. But yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So thanks for coming and joining us and hanging out and shooting the shit. And we're going to catch you probably next Friday. Are you hanging? Are you coming back Friday, Cap? Or
Oh yeah, Friday's good. It'll be the Black Friday special show. I wanted to ask this too, Rob. While we're still on here, I should know this, and I know it's a really, really, really stupid question, but Canada's views on Thanksgiving, you don't do it, do you?
We have
It's not
Thanksgiving, but our Thanksgiving is the beginning of October.
Okay, so it's like a different thing. I thought it was always like a United States of America thing, but I wasn't sure.
It's not as big as you got. You guys, it's almost like Christmas. It's like it's a
Yeah.
huge thing in the States, right?
Huge deal. Deal.
Here it's not. Here it's like a regular holiday. It's the Canadian Thanksgiving. It's around, I think, October 5th.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, and we have like a day off. You get the Monday off of work or whatever, and eat turkey or whatever, or ham or some shit. And
so you don't do the Black Friday bullshit.
No, I mean we have Black Friday. Black Friday here is just like this when they put stuff goes on sale.
Yeah. Well, I know, like in the States, it's like Thanksgiving is the catalyst to Christmas. Like that's like the big push off to Christmas, and I was like, people barely even acknowledge Thanksgiving. It's almost like let's get through Thanksgiving to get to Christmas, and it's like there certainly isn't a lot of marketing about Thanksgiving, hardly any movies about Thanksgiving, hardly any television specials about Thanksgiving. Like as soon as like Halloween's over, they start putting Christmas stuff up in the stores. Like it's like buy. It's like nobody. I like Thanksgiving. It's a very relaxing holiday. You get to eat stuff, drink, which is well, I do that every day. We all do, but it's a special day.
Yeah, it's like that here. It's just not as big as it is there, but it's like that here. But it's at the beginning of October for us. So once we finish Halloween, the next step is Christmas for us.
What do you call it? Do you call it Thanksgiving? What do you call it?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Or do you call it like Appreciation Day?
No, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody gets together and says thank you and has turkey and gravy and or ham or whatever, and all that shit. And get drunk and whatever.
That's cool. Like I said, I always sort of thought it was just like an American thing, but I wasn't really sure. I was like, I mean, I know because of the history, it's like, but do other countries do stuff like that or what?
Yeah, Sparkstron remembers that Friday stream jamming to the copyright-free music and feeding the ducks and shit.
Well, Sparkstron and everybody out there too, if you like copyright-free music and you like just something to listen to uh, while you lit some candles, you're burning some incense and organizing your VHS collection, check out the Captain Adams VHS Pirate Ship YouTube channel and go to Adventures in Alphabetizing, and you'll find probably the penultimate of any radio station with VHS radio. Listen to it. You don't have to watch it because it's just me going through my tapes, but listen to it because I think I want to toot my own horn here, and it's almost like I sort of just did it just to do it. I was like, do something. I got to do something with it.
Right.
And like I listen to it after the fact, just to, like when I'm driving around or riding my ship around. Like this is actually really, really good. Like it's like really funny. I think it's really funny, and I just think it's really clever, and it should have more than 50 views. And
Yes,
I just think it's so. Yeah, definitely check it out because I think it's a good time. If I
Yeah.
didn't do it, I would like
all your
it.
stuff is good, man. Just check out all your shit because your channel is awesome. We know that. We know that.
Well, thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Common knowledge. Damn it.
Yeah, that's right. Adventures in Alphabetizing. It's a good time. VHS radio was a lot of fun to do. VHS radio with Chewy Charlie Fingers.
Chewy Charlie Fingers. What was the call sign? Then you started having like letters with it, no?
Oh yeah, I changed it because there's a podcast called VHS Radio, so I just changed it under my own. They didn't get a hold of me or anything. I just said, you know what, I don't. It's WVHS FM. WVHS FM 92.7.
Oh, WVHS. Okay, it's WVHS.
Yeah. That's on the Captain Adams Happy Hour. That's like the podcast thing.
Check that out, man. You'll like that. It's good shit.
yeah. Check it out. It's good stuff. The first three episodes, A through C, don't have it. I didn't start doing it till like the part 4 because I didn't have the idea. I was like, well, I want to do more than just showing videos about me going through my tape collection because there's no I don't say anything about them. It's just music.
Right.
But I was like, I got to do something. So I made up a whole goddamn radio station.
Yes, you did.
And I play music while I go through my tapes. So,
yeah, it's a good time, man. Check that shit out.
It's so stupid.
I think my computer is glitching now. I don't know. All right, Cap. I'm going to wrap her up.
Yep. Time to go.
Thanks, everybody, for coming and hanging with us.
Thank you for having us.
We'll see you again on Friday. We're drinking beers and checking tapes.
Yeah. See you Friday.
With Rob and the Captain.
Tune in, folks, this Friday for the Rob's Fitness Video Black Friday special.
Black Friday.
Even though that's not really a thing, it just happens to be Black Friday, and we're doing the show. But it'll be fun.
With Rob and the Captain.
That's right. Rob and the Captain.
Rob and the Captain.
All right.
Bye.